Did I do it?
I do believe that go on live. Yep, we're live now.
Cool. Hi, everyone. I'm Lauren with Divide by Sight, joined with Andrew, Consult a Blind Guy. And today we're going to go over some resources that can help those that are in the blind and low vision community. All right.
Hey everyone.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like the first live stream was nerve wracking because you don't know what you're doing. And it's like, am I even looking at the camera? Because I don't see.
You'll get the hang of it. It's a learn as you go kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, so is YouTube, so.
Yep.
But I guess the first one I have on my list to talk about is Maxi Aids. And in my last video, we kind of went over it a little bit. It's a website that offers accessible tools and equipment for those that are blind, low vision, and also it also serves those that are deaf or hard hearing or have any type of mobility disabilities. The website is www.maxiaids.com, and you can get a whole bunch of different things on there, such as like if you need special like dark bold line paper or special markers to write with.
Lots of warning clocks, timers.
Yeah, I think the best thing that I've gotten so far from there was a large print kitchen timer. So if you're,
Which disappeared.
But I mean, now I guess if you have like a smartphone or Alexa, you could just use those instead. But if if you don't have access to those things, it's cool that there are alternatives that you can use.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm reading comments for you.
No, sweet.
I read these for you as usual.
Actually, the Maxi Aids website ties into the Division of Rehabilitation Services, or DOORS. So their main mission is to help offer employment opportunities or to help you get back into school if that's what you want. And also through DOORS, they helped us get a lot of the more expensive equipment like a magnifier or our CCTV, which is a closed caption monitor that allows you to magnify any object that you place underneath the screen. I like using it for reading any type of material because even though I prefer, like I'll tell someone that I use large print, but there usually isn't large enough print for me to see it. Like unless you want to print like one letter to a page.
And they also have accommodations for that too. They also help with schooling, like help us during accommodations for classes and textbooks.
Yeah. Nicole has a good point. Nicole helped me read the comments, but she was saying that they kind of help act as your advocating team because sometimes not every school has the best the best resources to try and help you, especially if there's a limited amount of students there that are disabled that they work with. It's like we're doing the best we can, but then it's like not good enough.
Hi, Ability Mom of T Blog.
Cool. I didn't know if she was gonna make it in for the stream, but welcome. If you have any questions, leave them down below. But as the description says, it's kind of interesting how even though the resources are by state, a lot of times you can find a lot of the same types of resources for your state. Like I know on Andrew's Facebook page group, that's a Consult a Blind Guy hangout. He listed a lot of resources, even though they're just for his state.
The thing is, a lot of those are actually online stuff, and then there's like the one I got it from.
Okay.
My local association, and they're the ones that provided that list based on people like me that they take care of, and they cover state and federal, and then all the websites are pretty much useful international.
Thanks for building Mama too. That's sweet. Do you have any questions for us?
Yeah, you don't forget.
Yeah, like one of the other resources I put in here was the National Federation for the Blind, and then they have a chapter in every state. But
almost every state.
Well, it's not every state.
Mm-mm.
Well, majority.
Yeah, majority. Yes, not every state.
And that's actually a really good resource to reach out to if you've recently lost your vision and you don't know where to go, because it's definitely like a lot of things happening all at one time. And if you don't have anybody in your network that has had vision loss, then I kind of feel like it's like a fish out of water. It's like, well, where do I do? Where do I go next?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Bizon's a little better, and I feel like NFB is more for children than for adults.
Well, yeah, like NFB has a whole department for parents of blind children, which is good because, and I always say this, it's like trying to raise a kid is not easy. Like, I don't have kids, but I have nieces and nephews, and trying to be around kids and entertain them with not having full vision is a lot.
Go join.
Hi, Del. Thank you for joining.
And Ability Mom has a question for Andrew. She wanted to know if you're in the US.
What?
Oh, if Andrew lives in the US?
Yep.
Hey, Lauren.
Yes.
Will you add in the other profile for me and then mute the one with the video?
Okay. Like that? Did I do it correctly? No, I don't hear him.
Oh, weird.
Oh.
Technology.
You won't let me unmute.
There we go. Can you hear me now?
I had to click on the thing like 3 times. Trying to work technology when you can't see.
There we go.
I'm just glad I could figure it out because I clicked on it and then it kept saying like it wouldn't let me unmute it. It was muted.
Yeah. I could hear the echoes, and I know that's going to be annoying to everybody else.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't hear it, but
I got headphones on. I can
no.
hear good.
If you're like saying us listening to here, push it up.
Yeah, I could hear it because every time I'd go to say something, I'd hear the feedback immediately. Then I'd hear the echo.
And is that because you're using 2 computers?
Well, I'm using my phone as my video, and then my computer's being my audio because I'm actually using my microphone. So yeah,
Nice.
it's running 2 microphones at the same time. Even though I turned down the volume on the phone, it's still picking up all the audio for me. And that's why I set this up. And it's like, I know I'm taking up 2 slots, unfortunately, but we'll get better audio this way, and I'm not moving all around and crappy lighting and everything.
Yeah, they're saying it sounds better. So we'll get Andrew and heard it.
Oh, good.
Sorry about that, guys. But we're doing a learning curve here. I'm fairly new to live streaming, and
And like I
Lauren,
said,
this
this is
is
my first
her very
time doing
first
it.
time in control, so I'm trying to help as best I can from this side.
And this is Joe's in comments.
Hi, Ghost.
Hey! Now we chill, right?
Isn't it nice though? I get help for free.
Hey, that's the best kind, ain't it?
I don't even have to bribe her with anything. You don't believe me.
Weren't you doing our list?
Oh. I was waiting to hear if there were questions.
Any questions?
Yeah, I was
Just
just
how do you better?
leaning forward. I got my computer up in front of me just a little bit, trying to keep myself at a fair distance so I'm getting good enough light and I'm within range of the microphone. And if anything
Are you
goes
good?
on,
You're good. Let me see you clearly in the video.
But yeah, Ability Mom 2, you should look into seeing if they're, because I'm not familiar what state that you're in, but I'm pretty sure if you go to the NFB website, so it's www.nfb.org, and see if there's a affiliate program for parents that are visually impaired with children.
Dell says you're doing great, but you can reach out to her if you need help.
Cool. Yeah, I agree with Andrew. I feel like the more and more I do this, the better it will be.
oh yeah,
I am
like I was saying on mine, you know, when I started out that first day, I was nervous as all get out, but thanks to you and Nikki and Sean and everybody else for showing up, if you all wouldn't have shown up, I don't think I'd still be doing live streams. I probably would have had that panic attack of, oh crap, I did terrible. And did nobody come? Nobody stayed, nothing like that. So I would have probably stopped. But thanks to everybody that's in our community, it was a lot easier to say, you know what? Granted, it's only
Yeah.
1 or 2 people. The more you do it, the more comfortable you'll become, and the easier it'll get to know what you want to click on screen, what you want to click off, and where everything is on the layout.
Yeah, like even Nikki can attest to this. Like, especially once it got to like 7:30, I was kind of stressing out because I didn't know what I was
No, really? I couldn't tell.
Why do you think I posted before we went live earlier? It's like, oh hell, it's getting close to time to go live. I haven't eaten dinner yet. I might be late. You know what? Screw it. Dinner can wait. I'm doing the live stream. I'll eat after. So
Yeah, Dell's viewed that. She said during her first fire stream she was nervous.
I don't know why. Her streams are awesome. They're always entertaining.
So was her
you know,
sisters.
to me, it was
Like,
more
up there.
important to be here to help you out. You're one of the friends and somebody that's been helping me out a lot lately. So it's the least I could do. I could wait for dinner.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you.
And Ability Mom says you all get used to it.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I think it was smart to come in here with a plan instead of being like. I mean, I could just talk for hours about anything, but
well, we
then
know
I'd be like,
that. Look at what happens on my live stream. We don't get the hour live stream over on mine. Just a heads up for all you viewers that are here. We usually plan on an hour, and then Lauren and I start chit chatting, and Nikki starts chit chatting, and then we
hey,
turn
it
into
only ended. It only
4-hour
went
live
4 hours because it was like 3 in the morning.
Yeah, but look at the last one, an hour and a half. One before that
Well, a
was
lot
like
of times you
3
start up so late
hours.
at night, vampire.
Yeah, that's true too. I plan on doing them more earlier in the day.
Well, I
But
was telling
now that I've
Nicole,
got
like,
the new computer, it'll be a lot easier once I get everything really situated and set up.
well, my original plan was to try and do it in the afternoon, but then I saw BC Brown Books had a live stream at like 3:30, and I didn't want to try and do my live stream during hers.
Mm-hmm.
Which one's better of you?
Oh, that was fun though, because Dell, we were supposed to have a writing sprint like 20, 30 minutes into it, and like an hour, almost an hour and a half went by, and she was like, "Oh shit, we were supposed to have a writing sprint." Because like Andrew had like she had 2 guests with her, and you just start talking, and then all of a sudden everybody in the comments start talking,
Oh yeah.
and you just have the whole side conversation.
Right, yeah, I think every one of us can talk for hours.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
And now it's crazy that next week will mark me being on YouTube for 2 months, and I've already met so many awesome people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been awesome. My original channel in the last 4 months has grown by 600 subscribers and still growing.
Wow.
Damn.
And this channel is only my channel that I'm on now only has 30, but I'm not really focused on the numbers. It's just awesome to see that by implementing some of the stuff I've learned from D and Nick and Dan and all the guys, that it works. A lot of it works. And that's why I haven't been active on my channel the last couple weeks is I did people a video, and then just today and yesterday and the day before that I've been doing the Startup Smart Summit, which is another conference. So I've got all kinds of content that is going to be coming out here in the near future to help all of
Nice.
us grow our channel in possible income streams that we could all utilize as well. Lots and lots of ideas, but I'm just throwing it out there.
Can you have your points?
So does that mean that when you start getting money, you're gonna spread it around like
Oh yeah,
Oprah? You get
I've
money.
already
You get
been
some
doing
money.
that. My first big check that I got from my tribe, I was like ecstatic. It was the biggest amount of money I ever had in my life at one point in time. And because I didn't do nothing to get it, I actually went out and anonymously put money on people's layaways so they didn't have to worry about buying their kids gifts or anything for Christmas.
Abellimon says the best way to grow a channel is to have fun.
Yep.
Well, yeah, that's totally everyone. I mean, I don't know about everyone, but it's definitely my plan for the stream. Is to have fun.
Yep.
I think you can tell there's like some streams or better watcher. It's like people
Well,
look so stiff and like bored. It's like, why are you making videos?
I feel like I'm doing kind of like a back and forth thing. It's a little bit serious, but at the same time, I'm trying to do my best to have fun at the same time. Because, like
But
some of my series categories, things not to say to the blind or to the
I mean,
visually
I wouldn't
impaired.
say that they're serious. They're informative.
Yeah, but I get to that serious point every now and then because there's just definite things you do not want to say to us because if you do, you might come around the wrong person and you might just get your head ripped off. Yeah, just saying. I've seen it happen. I got a lot of blind people in my family.
It's funny that you say that. I feel like that kind of segues into a story I have. So, like 3 times today, I kept running my face into the cabinets that's like in the kitchen. They have like wooden cabinets that are over the counters and sink. And I swear to God, I ran into the same freaking counter, the same freaking cabinet like 3 times, and I just like after the third time I just screamed, like, who keeps leaving these open?
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you
Oh,
because
you can laugh at me. That's fine.
oh no, I kind of sat there and went to the bathroom and had the cabinet door open, was doing stuff and walked out the bathroom and the blind one who usually complains about things being left open is the one to leave it open.
I don't do that. I try not to do that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm not laughing at you because, yeah, I would have had no one to blame there if I would have walked into it because I'm the one that left it open.
But
Usually
really
it's
though, like
somebody else,
the
but hey,
same exact cabinet.
Well, yeah, remember our mom and dad aren't blind or is impaired,
it
so
happens. You
they
know,
don't stop it.
like I was saying before, you could be me. It's only been like 8 months now since I broke my nose bending over.
Wow.
You know, hey, I know there was a dresser there, but I thought I was a little bit further away than I was, and that's what happened. Smack right into it. It did not feel good. Walking into a cabinet a couple times, that's minor. Just wait.
Yeah, but the same one. That's it. I'm tearing these cabinets down.
My
This will be the
cousin
last time you hurt me.
Oh, it
my
doesn't work.
cousin actually made the comment that you girls are gonna laugh when I do his interview with him because that is actually one of his comments. You go to his house and he does not have cabinet doors for that particular reason. And that's
Oh,
because he has
What?
less eyesight than I do.
Del wrote, I have a star across my brow because a cabinet door, and it was my own fault.
Gee.
And
Yeah.
then the Bodie mom, my 10-year-old stays. Oh, that's weird. Leaving the kitchen cabinet out, I'm always hitting my hand on it. Because you're not the only one. Everyone is blind with
That
this stuff. That's open.
that
It's
noise
true.
you're hearing is the feedback.
No. I thought you took care of it.
I took care of it, but you're getting it because it's going from your speaker into the microphone, and that's what creates that loop. To
Well,
to get rid of it, you would have to turn your speakers down or put on a headset like I am, or a dual
okay.
headset or something for each of you
You'll
to
have to
hear.
like. Well, I guess anybody could send a recommendation of like what kind of headset to get because I do not have one.
Do you have your earbuds for your cell phone?
Somewhere. Yeah. You think that'll work?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go find them. Nicole can entertain the group.
That's all right.
Put them on the spot.
We can entertain them. That's no problem. But yeah, that would definitely be the one thing that will help cut down on the feedback like that is a headset.
Brad, I went right to it. Usually I don't know where things are. Nikki's laughing inside because she knows it's true. But
Well,
yeah, one of the other resources I mentioned was BISM, so it stands for Blind Industry and Services of Maryland. And once they open their doors again, which hopefully will be after the quarantine is over, they offer an interesting program. So it's called the Core Program for adults that have lost their vision. And it's a 9 to 12 month program, but basically the entire time that you stay there, because they have like apartments that you stay in, that you have to wear sleep shades. So basically, you're training yourself on cleaning, technology, cooking, without relying on any of your vision at all. which I think is a really cool program because I definitely think it will help with my confidence with not being able to see things.
Mm-hmm.
I think I rely on my vision too much.
Hey, so how to find out if you learned something?
What's that?
I have a nasty breakout from that mask.
Look, oh, from when we went outside?
Like blisters. Oh, there's not coming outside. Your horns over.
Sorry.
Looked it up.
What's my fault?
What's that?
Breakout.
Sorry, I'm still looking for headphones. The ones I have won't go on my laptop.
It's around here, right?
The more you learn.
Yep.
I have my Bluetooth ones, but I think they're dead.
That's great. I'm still getting used to this here laptop. I just signed into the stream on another tab so I can do the chat.
Any other questions or comments?
No, there's a lot of things about trying to fix stuff. Okay.
Oh, yeah, what a way to do the stream. Yeah, headphones.
Because I can't chat on my end in the studio, so I joined on another tab. That way I can bounce
Oh, cool.
and be. Hey, Dale. I still love your name, I'm telling you. I'm another one like D. Just the
What's
way
that?
that Dale's name, Dale Cisa Bruno. Just love it.
Well, you guys realize she's an alien. That's probably her alien alias. We don't really know her real name.
Right.
What's her look like? Around here, she a pink blob.
See what?
You look?
Well, I have my Apple headphones, but they don't have the 3mm headphone jack to go into the laptop.
Oh, that sucks.
You know, I have the dongle, doesn't have the thing to go in the laptop. So, you're going to be not good for the stream for today. Really bad.
That's alright.
Delro, it's a made up name. No one knows her real name.
I like it though. It's creative.
Yep. Creative. It's got a nice ring to it. It flows off the tongue. DCR. What are you doing? I'm going to see DCR. Just me. I've missed the last couple of your live streams, but I've been so busy bouncing back and forth between live streams and conferences so I can learn more about how I can improve on the channel and everything. So
Yeah, we need to pick your brain so we can gain all your info.
trust me,
Hi, Andrew.
oh, hello. If you join in on my Facebook group, Consult a Blind Guy, hangout group on Facebook. I'll be sharing a lot of information in there and more resources. I actually plan on utilizing
Yeah, I'm
Facebook
sorry.
as another resource because of the things I've learned. So I'll be
Right.
doing live streams on Facebook as well,
There you go.
besides just YouTube.
No. That's Facebook.
And then, as well as that, we've got the ability to do 8-member chats now within the groups.
Oh,
So
cool.
we can actually all gather in there instead of just doing a chat like we are now with 2 people and everybody watching. We could actually pull up to 7 people into one chat room and all be able to chat right there.
So, Andrew, the Billy Mom wants to know what content you cover on your channel.
I cover a lot of different content. I do problems that are common among us that are blind and visually impaired. That way, it will help educate the sighted to some of the things that we deal with on a regular basis.
But
That way, hopefully, some of these things will get changed. It's also an eye opener for some of the parents out there that have kids that are new to sight loss, or even some adults in some cases that are new to vision loss, and it gives them an insight of things that they might have to deal with that they might
yeah,
not
I have
actually be
we're
aware
working. I'm like, when they're gonna do this.
of. I do some product reviews on
Okay.
things that I use. That
No,
way,
wait, no.
it will help you guys in the long run to know whether it's a good product or a bad product. Sometimes it's not necessarily always visually impaired related, just in general products. I got things that we may ask the sighted. I've got things you don't have to worry about from the blind or visually impaired, because there's a lot of things that we as blind or visually impaired do not do that the sighted do.
You do.
Do do.
Uh,
I knew you'd say something. I just knew it.
As you guys can see, I posted the link to Andrew's Facebook group in the chat.
Oh, thank you.
Andrew, Del says your mic is a little too low.
Too low? All right. That's probably because I bumped it. And is that better?
Sounds better.
Yeah, it's probably because I was slouching and not sitting all that super close to it, maybe.
Yeah.
Watch the stream will end and then I'll find headphones I could have used. I literally just cleaned my room. I have no idea where they are. You know, I have like 3 pairs of Bluetooth headphones. Of course, when you need something, you can't find it. Real blind life problem there.
Aside blind problems.
Right?
One of many, many, many problems. I've already got I think 7 episodes of blind problems, and I've got a list of another 10 ready to go that I plan on filming tonight.
No, you're like always doing something.
Oh yeah, I've been so busy doing everything lately. It's crazy.
But I mean, that's good to try and stay busy during the quarantine, because otherwise you'll be like me and go crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely put me on my toes in making me be more productive.
You have other links or just like three?
Hmm?
You have other links you want to mention for assistance or just one you want to mention?
No, I got your mom for helping this video.
Okay. That's kind of on track.
Aside from YouTube, what else has everybody tried doing to try and keep sane?
Read.
I know, Ability Mom, you have 2 kids, right? One's 10, and only because you had it, and I forget how old the other one is, but I'm sure they take up all your time. I know when it started, I was like, I'm gonna read more, and it hasn't happened.
Well, see, that's the nice thing about having my phone be my camera right now is I can actually sit here and give you a nice little view without giving you crappy footage because I'm using my gimbal. So I can actually show you what I've been doing. Not that I can actually see.
Can't hear ya.
We both had a mic problem today. Okay, we're gonna figure this out.
That's what I've been doing right there.
What's that?
That is my record shelf. And
Good lord. You
that's
said you had a lot, but I didn't know it was that many.
there's over 1,000 records sitting on that shelf. And that's not all of them. I have more. There's a player off to the side, and underneath of my player is a cabinet that's got another 500.
Dang.
And yeah. And that's
So,
nothing. I donated probably 2/3 of my collection to Goodwill.
wow. So Del says that she's reading, writing, making YouTube videos, and maybe practicing guitar.
Ooh, that's cool. I always say I wish I knew how to play an instrument, but
I have a play, I just novice sometimes nice too.
I've actually got 3 guitars and a drum set sitting in that closet.
I need some love. You're saying, Andrew, come play with us.
Yeah, I like that their footage because I'm getting a delay from watching the stream, and I like that for it being sitting on that gimbal. That is a nice, smooth little transition there.
Oh yeah, that's good though.
That's a lot of albums.
Have you actually listened to all of them?
Oh yeah. One of those cubes is all my native stuff, and that has been one of the reasons that my original channel has actually taken off so well is because it's all native themed. And out of the like 50 albums I've posted, 25 of them have copyright claims and the other 25 don't. But I've got albums that are very rare to the point that I'm the only known owner outside of one copy being at the Library of Congress. So I feel it's kind of my responsibility to share some of those because you're not going to hear them anywhere else.
Yeah, I mean, where would you even find them?
Right. Yeah, I can thank my grandparents for that one. And really I can thank my step grandparents for that one because I was already thinking about getting into record collecting, and then we started talking about records, and then when they passed, they actually were given to me. So I got my grandparents' entire collection, and then I've grown it from there.
Nice.
Oh yeah, it all those albums you just seen. It's taken me a year and a half, almost 2 years to collect all those.
Yeah, our dad has a couple vinyls from like when he was a teenager. And our sister got him like a digital record player to play him on, and
I only used it.
I think he used it like once.
And that's why you found such gifts.
Yeah, my actual oldest record was 1898, I do believe.
Good lord.
Yeah, I got some old ones.
Hey, for me, like when I find new music that I like, I'll like obsessively listen to it over and over again until I get bored with it.
No, really? I didn't notice that.
No,
Yeah.
I
If
mean it's gonna
any
get
of
stuck in your
you
head
guys
anyway.
by chance, oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
If any
Nick,
of you
Nick, you're
guys
big in
by
front of
chance are music collectors of CDs, cassettes, vinyl, anything like that, I highly recommend going on to Discogs. Discogs is an archive site, and they're aiming to be the world's largest archive site. And they have a list of every artist out there, and people that are even indie artists can go on there and submit their stuff for archiving, and they will track all the information for you on there for the variations of the albums and the releases and all that good info about your music. And then on top of it, they tell you how much it's worth.
Wow, that's cool. For storage purposes, I downloaded all my music to the cloud and I got rid of my CDs because I had like 10 cases of CDs.
Oh, wow. You should have kept them.
I knew that now.
Well, we knew.
Yeah, I
What,
didn't tell you to
6
get rid of
times
your discs, man. I was trying to tell you just like, clean up your computer a little bit so it would run smooth for you,
Oh,
not.
I did it. I did it years ago. We moved a lot,
Oh, I
so
was gonna say, don't be getting rid of all your music, man. That's gonna suck. You're gonna be sitting there in a situation like now and be like, damn, I had
Well, we
all
are on
those
the same
CDs and
page
now I ain't got
then.
none. Where's my music when I need it?
on the cloud.
Yeah, but what if the cloud goes down? I was in a part of the PlayStation outage a few years ago. I don't know if you
I got rid of.
experienced that, but I was quite pissed off for a
Well,
few months.
Oh, yeah, because happened to our friend James.
Yeah, I I literally spent $800 on my first PlayStation. I bought it on my birthday because that was the day it came out, and it took 3 months before PlayStation finally sent me my system
Wow,
to.
I will never complain about spending $300 for a game system ever again.
Yeah, I spent $800 on the very first system, and it took them 3 months to send me a box to send it back because it was junk. The hard drive was fried.
So you waited all that time to be sent a game that didn't even work.
Uh-huh.
I
I
would have.
got it. I got it. Sent it back. Finally, sent it back, right? It took them
Well, because then every day
9
you want
months.
to mail like, all right, it's in here, it's in here, it's in here. It comes, yay, it came, and it doesn't work.
Yeah, and then it took them 9 months to send me my replacement that only had a 60-day warranty, and don't you know, 68 days later, it took a crack, so I had to buy another one.
I love when things die after the warranty expires. Like, why couldn't it happen sooner within the warranty?
Well, what's messed up is $800 for a PlayStation to get it that's junk. Okay,
All right,
1 year manufacturer's warranty. You get your replacement, and then you got 60 days. How is
That's
that? How is that fair? I should have had
it's
a
not
whole year, but because of how long it took them, it didn't
to
matter.
get it out to you.
Yeah, and then after I finally got my second system or second bought system, it was about 6 months, 8 months maybe. And then we had the PlayStation outage where they hacked it and the network was shut down for 3 months. So then
Yeah,
I could play on my system because I could play disc, but you could not do anything online.
I mean,
Yeah, it was a nightmare.
I can just imagining like something like that happening now and just people rioting the street.
Oh yeah. Actually, I'll put that link in here. I gotta do that. I'm gonna put that link for Discogs in the chat, but I have to do it a little bit creatively because YouTube does not allow that kind of thing in there without being
Why?
creative.
The copyright stuff, or
No, they just don't want links and stuff inside of the chat, so they automatically restrict it.
yeah.
Usually,
I was able to share the link to your Facebook group because I did it.
yeah, because you did it, you can. But
Yeah,
here,
I was
let's
about to
see.
say because I was trying to when I had changed my name, he couldn't find my channel, so I had to send him the link, and then if anything happened, it wouldn't show up in the chat. But then I had to like send it as a DM.
Well, what do you know? It did work.
Yeah, ha 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 ha. I'm not seeing it. I think I let you post it, but it's not showing up.
Yeah, I don't see him. I don't see it here either. Last one was for me.
Yeah,
You can
so
Facebook message it to me, and I'll post it.
oh, it's simple. discogs.com. Disc Ogs.
And then how did you come across that website?
I was actually looking for a place that I could use for a catalog just so I could have them on like a spreadsheet. That way I could put my own list together of okay, this is what I have and this is what I believe they're worth based on me buying them and what I see everybody selling them for.
Mm-hmm.
And I was looking and looking and finding all kinds of crappy sites, and it's like, ooh, check this out. Here's this one. And it's
When?
like, we'll tell you your value. We do CDs, DVD, cassette, CDR, you name it, and they have it on there. I do believe they do books and stuff like that as well.
No, Nick, look away. I don't think Nick would be able to part with any of her books. We have like 3 bookcases of books. Yeah.
Yeah, because
That's why I
they've
said
been
it.
expanding a lot of stuff the last few months, and I do believe that was one of them is they were going to start doing books.
No, I never the ones in Tulsa. A lot of books.
That would be a fantastic day to go through them all.
We do. We have categorized.
8 hours later.
We have our books categorized. What?
You did it because you're a nerd.
Yeah.
I'll just sit on the how do I watch while I drink my coffee.
Yeah.
I was good. I only had 1 cup of coffee today.
That's a first.
But does it really count if you take a nap too?
No.
I've actually been really bad with napping because, like, they say you're only supposed to take a nap for 10, 20 minutes max, and mine was like 2 hours long.
Who says that? I've never heard that.
Well,
20
because you
minute
want your
nap.
body to recharge.
That's not even that's just a quick doze. That's not a nap.
I mean, it takes me an hour just to fall asleep. So
That that's what I'm saying. Yeah. 20 minutes is not a nap. That 20 minutes is just starting to kind of get comfortable.
yeah. But then I woke up and I didn't know where I was or what time it was. It's pretty funny.
Well, I can't say nothing about that because that's what happened to me last night. Because it was a late night. It was probably like 2:30, 3 o'clock. I dozed off, and I woke up at quarter to 6 this morning, about to fall off my bed because I had fallen asleep in a very odd position at the foot of my bed.
Hey, that's what I did.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, on my bed.
Yeah, your bed's more comfortable.
I think Building on left the channel. I don't know if she has people on it now.
We weren't entertaining enough.
Oh, did we lose everybody?
Yeah. That's okay. I'm having fun. I told you called it that we wouldn't go very long until me and you went on a tangent like 4 hours later. No, the stream ended. But I like the idea of doing it on Friday. I don't really know what time to do it because I don't want to be running it while other people are running their stream. But I also don't want it to be super late at night.
Right. And that was my biggest thing is it's like I want to do it, but at the same time it's like, okay, this is roughly when people are on, this is roughly when people are eating, but then at the same time we're all across so many different time zones. It's like,
It's true.
that's a good thing about us being on the same time zone. If we're on the same time zone, it's a little bit easier to know when we can do things. And then you got some others, and it's like, oh, well, we're 3 hours apart. And it's like, well,
Yeah, I'm surprised that Della popped on because she's an hour behind us.
Huh, that's weird.
What?
The Billy Mom wrote, some reason your Facebook groups only let me join as a personal page. I'll have to figure it out later.
If
I'll
she came back?
up to you or Andrew.
You don't know.
probably me.
Earlier.
One sec, let me go in.
No, I just posted.
No, she came back.
Yep.
Welcome back, Ability Mom. We thought you left, which is okay. I'm not judging.
Well, you have other things to do. Like such as little kids.
I am actually going into the group right now to take a look.
You sound so far away.
I went into Facebook. I'm looking to see about that their issue of joining.
Yeah, I mean, it let me join the group. I didn't have any issues.
You were also in there before I implemented the questions at the beginning.
Oh, you added a questionnaire for people that wanted to join?
Yep. This way I can it was recommended by Dan and Dale and everybody else that when we do groups like these, especially for like our channel, it's wise when we do it to have a questionnaire at the beginning. That way, when they come in and they request to join the group, you can monitor where they're coming from.
Oh, okay.
Like, question 1 is, are you a subscriber to Consult a Blind Guy? How did you find this channel? If you're not a subscriber, will you subscribe?
All good questions.
And then of course you've got the last one, which is, will you agree to abide by the rules of the group? Which you already know me, I don't really care about so much following rules. It's like, just be respectful, don't harass anybody, nothing like that. If you want to post about your channel, just tag it so it goes into the topic for self-promotion and we're good to go.
Yeah, I think that would be.
I'm in so many groups right now that are for YouTubers, and they're like, oh, well,
Yeah.
we're a YouTubers group, but we're not going to let you post about your channel. We don't want to hear about your channel. Well, then what the hell are we here for?
Yeah, it's like you can post questions and advice all day long, but don't promote your stuff. It's like, well, that's not really supportive.
I know, right? Like I just done when I was trying to church, like, oh, you can't do this. Like, why am I missing?
And then I see people do it anyway. So, until they get kicked out of the group.
The worst is when you find groups and admins that you can't promise, but they promise. It's like, how are you following your rules?
When admins just do whatever they want, but they want the other people in the group to follow the rules. It's like
Ability mode. What do you have your account name on there now? I'll add you. Is it your brand name that you're using here in YouTube? Spelled the same way?
I think so. That's how it is on Instagram.
Here, let's see.
William asked, do you guys know Independently Blind?
No, what is it? Independently blind?
Yeah, sorry, I had to say it slowly. I knew I'll butcher his name fast.
I'm trying to look at it.
Yeah,
Independently blind?
Yeah.
But it doesn't say like if it's like a group or a website.
He's a YouTuber. I don't actually know why she asked like, do you all know?
I don't know. I mean, I definitely have found a lot of other YouTube channels by watching her channel and the Seeing Blind one.
Gotta love how Facebook changes everything.
I think this is Andrew. She wrote Ability Mom of 2. All one word.
Yo, I found it. I'm trying to figure out how to add you here since Facebook
And I was right.
changed
It's a
the layout.
YouTube channel.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I'm going to go on my phone and look it up now because I'll forget later.
I called it out YouTuber. This house he was something.
What's what? Independently
blind.
Let's see what it is.
Okay, liked and followed.
Hooray!
Now
I knew I'd do like a sound effect on there. I would do it.
Says thanks, Andrew from William Mom.
No problem. I am going to try and get you into the group right now.
Andrew, was it easy to figure it out what the problem was? Or was it just Facebook being a jerk?
Just like water.
I haven't figured out the problem, but I did find her. That way I might be able to just add her in myself if I can't find what.
Huh.
Another channel she recommended was Fury of a Blind Man.
I think I heard of that one. I don't think I've checked it out though. Look at all the sweet all the sweet publicity that she's doing for their channel. It's nice.
Yeah, definitely check those two out. She recommended.
Fury of a Blind Man. Yeah, I don't get if something isn't broke, why fix it? Because Amazon just changed their app and I hate it. Because I go on Amazon a lot.
Not only that, I need to go on there to my costume. You don't work in July.
So just go to Amazon.com, like the website. Don't try to use that because that's horrible.
Hmm?
And I can help you with it, but where'd all the stuff go? Work, damn you.
That's gonna be a fun fight.
Take my money. What?
I also see recommended Sophia, but I can't remember.
Another channel.
That's what I was telling you about this blind. Very blindness thing is another channel checked out.
Yeah, I would definitely check it out. I wrote both names down because I'll forget later.
Yeah, with Dory memory.
Hey, in Dory's defense, she's cute and adorable, and everybody likes her.
I know, right, Buddy Mom? She said that she doesn't know when sites are changed.
Yeah. It's like you have a hard enough time trying to figure it out being visually impaired. It's like, no, we're gonna change the dynamic of the website.
Not because that's cool.
I wonder if they actually changed the website or just the app.
Right? Then you have the 50% to be accessible too.
I thought it was funny when NFB had all the lawsuits against all these huge companies because their websites weren't accessible. It was like Walmart, Target,
Starbucks.
I think Amazon won too.
Amazon. Trader Joe's, another one.
Dang.
Some donuts.
Because, like, no, people with disabilities in their target audience, so. Because, like, they're trying to make all these changes to fit their target audience, but we all know that those with disabilities is not one of them.
Nope. It's funny when Miss Barber was saying that they're trying to get child subs for Sephora. And I remember Richmond's that it was horrible. Remember that one trip?
Oh, yeah, I know ability moms that you like makeup. So we went to our local mall and they had a Sephora, which is like a high-end makeup place inside the mall. And I saw on their website that they had like a free consultation that they'll work with you and your skin tone and trying to help you figure out what makeup is best for you. Because not being able to see that well, it's like, and never actually doing our own makeup, we didn't know what to get. So we went to the consultation. It was free, and thinking like, oh, somebody that's knowledgeable about makeup will help us. And it was a freaking nightmare. Like, she acted like she had never worked with someone that was disabled, and she was like not telling us the things that she was putting on us. And Nicole has hypersensitive skin, and she just started breaking out in hives like, "Oh, you're allergic to what you're using," because she wouldn't tell us what was in the product. She was like, "Show it to us. We can't see it."
Yeah, that was a bad reaction too. But she swore for something stem.
Yeah, I think the other mistake was that I went to, I think it was Ultra, near another high-end store. It's just like, take my money. Because I want to wear makeup, because I like wearing makeup.
I think Alpha was a good one. Like I said, they're very helpful to email and get info about makeup. And it's cheap.
Yeah, I know, Buddy Mom, she was doing her makeup in one of her live streams, and it was like a pro. It's like, I'm jealous.
Yes!
But
I will hold each up, Willie Mom, for meetup. That'd be epic. Says to have a meetup with us to help us learn how to make up.
yeah. Well, just donate coffee to the cause. There's another person that loves coffee, so. That's it. Go to your room. How do you not like coffee?
Bitter? That's all I have to say. I don't like bitter stuff. And no amount of free sugar will fix that taste.
Yeah, once the quarantine's lifted, I would love to do a giant meetup.
Agreed.
Because, Buddy Mom, you're in the US, right?
We're wrong, US.
No, I just want to have
Coffee
coffee.
is not life. I'm sorry. I don't agree with you.
Yeah.
She's like you.
Coffee is
She
an
says I
elixir.
bleed coffee. I'm gonna take my tea and hot chocolate and walk away.
I don't want to hear that you bleed coffee. I'll turn into a vampire and just attack you. What was it in Meet the Robinsons? We're like, what if you just have a
Caffeine
patch?
patch.
A patch on your arm that emits caffeine. Like, if somebody really couldn't, like, invent that, they would be a millionaire. But then they would put coffee places out of business. I don't know if that's a good thing.
Well, you would still drink coffee for the taste.
Yeah, because I don't think coffee actually has an effect on me. Unless it's espresso. Because regular coffee is like...
Sorry,
I like
I
the
didn't mean to
taste.
drop. Williamon says, I'm probably 3 hours away, but I have family in your area.
Sweet.
Ability mode, for some reason, it won't let me find you to try and invite. I switched the setting from people and pages to people and then back to people and pages. So hopefully, whatever is going on, it will let you in. Otherwise, I'm not seeing anything that I can do. But then again, I could make it public for a minute.
So she can join. I don't know why it's being so difficult. But Andrew's a coffee drinker. I think he drinks coffee more than I do.
All day, every day.
You're all against me.
It's only my pet who bleeds coffee.
I bet you mine's gonna be darker.
The Belly Mom said not to worry about Andrew. She'll play around it later.
Yeah, but he's like me, where it's going to bug him, and then he's going to become obsessed with it.
Yep.
I will figure this out.
Why do I have this picture I had of you? This one lonely coffee cup in the middle of the table, and you guys all playing it. I'm just sitting there drinking my tea and watching me.
Who will win in this battle royale? This one glowing shot glass full of coffee. That's only like a full size, just a shot glass.
Yeah, I like the grande. Is that right? For large. Like that version of coffee, but yours is more good.
Well, I'm remembering the video we watched of the comedian where he went to Mexico and that's what they give him. Apparently in Mexico it's the coffee is concentrated, so they just give you like a tiny little shot.
Brazil.
I think it's both.
Cuban coffee.
Yeah, so it's concentrated, so they just give you just a tiny shot glass.
Oh shit!
That would never be enough.
Okay, I gotta vent for just a second.
I didn't do it.
If you work for Facebook, this is just throwing it out there. If you work for Facebook and you happen to see this live stream, you have some things you need to fix.
They could just hire you. Join the dark side.
Yeah, I don't think they'd like me because pardon my French, I'm an asshole.
No.
Because stuff like what I'm looking at here now irritates me because it was never this way before, so it shouldn't be that way now.
Are you talking about your group?
Yes. When you're on Facebook now, just a heads up for all you that are admins of Facebook, they have changed our settings on us again.
Yeah.
When you create a group and you put it at private when you first create your group, you are no longer allowed to change your group after that.
What?
That's lame. What if you have like crazy people and you want to make the group private?
That's what I'm saying. If you set your group at private when you first start, that is how it's going to stay.
Huh.
You can no longer change your private group to a public group to protect the identities of the members within your group.
Do you think because you're trying to make it from private to public instead of the other way around?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm looking at it right now. I got it here. It will not let you select anything. It shows privacy, private. In fact, here, let me talk here without making all kinds of noise. Private groups can't change to public to protect the privacy of group members. You can change who can find and join this group with the hide group and who can join the group settings.
Oh my god, I was asleep. You're laughing at my photos.
So when you create a private group from now on, it is a strictly private group. There is no more changing it to a public group.
That sucks.
You can make it to where it is searchable, and that is it. You can hide
This seems so limiting to the
searchability and
admins.
limit searchability. Yeah. It's like they flub everything that's good to put in something crappy, in my opinion. Because
Well, I think also too, like they're thinking like these changes will make it better, and then it just breaks the site down, and it's like this sucks.
well, that's the thing, the old saying goes, don't fix it unless it's broken.
Yeah,
If it's not broken,
they want your.
don't fix it.
Oh my god, my entire life is asleep. Oh god.
Really?
I'm
Yeah.
just saying, it gets really annoying,
I
especially
totally
this is why I have this topic in my content of problems for the blind. This right here is one of them issues. How is somebody who is 100% blind going to find out that they can no longer change their setting?
Again, changes are made for sight, not for the disabled.
Right, but that's my point. That's why I have that section in my content of common problems for the blind, because this right here is now a common problem for the blind. We've got so many people that are in the community that are on Facebook that run groups for each of their channels or just in general.
Mhm.
And now those that are 100% blind that have no sight, they're going to go, okay, well, I want to make my group public now. They can't. How are they going to find out? They're going to have to sit there and hope that their screen reader will go through and hit on that one little thing and read that nice little paragraph underneath it to say,
Right,
hey,
and
you
if it
can't do
doesn't,
this
they're not
no
going
more.
to know where to go. They're not going to know what to click on.
Right, and they keep switching up that whole thing too, because before when you did your groups, everything was always in a little settings tab. Now,
Yeah.
as soon as you get into the group, if you're an admin or even a moderator, you've got an entire slew of everything over on the left-hand side that never used to be there. Okay, here's your post, here's your membership request, here's your pending post for those that need review, your list for your topics, everything. It's just gigantic list of everything that is overwhelming now.
Right, and like you said, if you're using something like JAWS or that's reading everything that's on the screen to you,
Yeah.
and if it's something that's even if it's not something that's public, something like you have to go into another folder, like it's kind of hidden.
Mm-hmm.
Not going to know to do it. It's just going to read you what's on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's a setting within Facebook that's like you have to click, sometimes you have to click on settings to get the things in Facebook, but it's like a subheader type setting. I mean, you might not know to go to that either.
Yep. And that's the kind of thing it is.
Wow. I feel like I would get so frustrated.
Yeah, this is why I've been so busy the last few weeks, is because I'm trying to come up with all the different things that I think I can help our community out with. Like for instance, my StreamYard tutorial. I know you guys get into it and it's helpful, but I think I can do better.
In what way? I thought your tutorial was amazing because it was like not only just saying like, oh, you go in StreamYard and do this, but it was like
hands-on approach.
Yeah, it was like a hands-on approach, saying like, okay, use the mouse and go in this corner and click this button. Instead of just saying like,
I'm trying to make it as easy as possible for people like us because I know it's going to be very hard for somebody to do things by listening to the screen reader. And then that's the nice thing about my new computer. My mouse is like this big.
I know it's like which is awesome. I mean, if that's what you need, then it's cool that
it makes it a whole lot easier. This computer's got a thing called Cortana, which is like Google or Alexa that's built into it too. And she's amazing. I love Cortana. She's been like a big help for me the last couple days of me experimenting and trying to learn playing with the new computer.
Yeah, and I think that has to do with Windows 10 because I know I have it, but I've never used it.
Oh, really? I'm gonna do some tutorials for you, Lauren. You're gonna love Cortana.
I think I have it too.
Yeah, it's included with Windows 10.
Yeah.
I never saw a use for it. So I just disabled it.
I didn't know what it was.
But doesn't make sense that it has like Siri or
okay. Yeah, it's just like Siri or Alexa or Google. It's just right there on your computer. She does the exact same thing.
We got a new person join. Her name is, or he, silent his girl or boy. Jesse S.
Oh, hi, welcome.
Oh, hey.
Thanks for joining us. If you have any questions, post them in the chat and we'll do our best to answer them. Well, I guess a good question to ask, does everybody have a PC or a Mac? Because I personally don't know how accessible a Mac computer is. I know at one point Nicole was looking at getting a Mac, and we learned the hard way. Like
I had one.
Yeah.
I was just earlier today. I was watching the live streaming pros, and depending on what you're doing, depends on what a Mac is good for. When Dave was talking today, he said that if you're gonna do live streaming, go with PC because you have more capability than you do with the Mac. The Mac has got a lot of stuff in it that actually slows it down and limits your live stream, whereas a regular PC like Windows will actually put it out there nice and hard. There's no limitation from it holding it back to stream. And then on top of it, he said that if you get a desktop, not a laptop, it's easier that way as well because you have more USB ports. It's easier to upgrade and all that stuff. But in our situation of using laptops, it just makes sure your specs are what you're going to need for whatever programs you're running.
Right. But the problem I had was that I had a Mac for school, but I tried to enlarge it, I tried to invert it, I couldn't do anything else. I'm like, what's the point of having one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like how accessible are MacBooks? Because it wouldn't even let us try and install Zoom text on it.
Wow.
So we ended up selling it, and then she got a PC.
Oh yeah, we're talking to selling, but what's the story from your family?
Yeah, we used the iMac or whatever it is, the all-in-one when I was in school.
Uh-huh.
And that was my first and only experience with Apple was in school, and I did not like it. It was a big time annoyance for me because it did not have any accessibility to my liking.
Which is so contradictory because if you get an iPhone, it's full of accessibility.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but their computers back in the day, they weren't. I'm sure they've upgraded a lot of them now, I would hope, but I don't know because I don't use them. I'm a hardcore PC guy.
I don't know. When Nicole got her, it was like a 2015 model, and it didn't have anything.
I have a question from Jesse.
What's up?
It says, what is the biggest challenge about being blind? I really think people with disabilities are special, and I love to hear their stories.
No, I don't. Yeah,
I read you.
I know.
Isn't that my job?
That's a good thing because I'm not. Oh, there it goes.
There it is. I was gonna say
Yes. My job. Read you guys.
it takes a minute sometimes.
That's a loaded question. But I mean, it's definitely the reason why I started this channel was to try and show my experience and my vision loss journey to try and help somebody that's new to it. Because, like I said, it's a lot of emotions going on at one time. Because, like, you know, your whole independence changes depending on how much vision you lose, and you know, a lot of things that you were able to do before with more vision than what you have, like you have to adapt, and everything that you once knew changes. You have to figure out, okay, maybe if you can't see during the day, like if you can see more at night than during the day, you have to figure out, okay, how can I do all these things without light? Because a lot of times your light sensitivity increases, and it's hard to do things in like a normal setting because a lot of times they'll just use either like a normal like sunlight or fluorescent light, which is really
Right. And also dealing with the feeling of isolation because here are a lot of people in your family or people you know, they're not blind, so it's hard for them to understand what you're going through.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. That is definitely one thing right there. Is definitely a big struggle is those that are around you that know you have the issue, but still don't understand the issue.
I want it
Because
separate.
yeah, because there's a lot of people within my family that know that we're blind. Because I've got a lot of cousins that are blind as well. And our grandfather was blind fully. He went blind at 27 driving down the road. And he's one of the people that taught me how to be a little bit more independent by working with my hands. And though he's had so many kids and they all had their own kids and they all know that we have this hereditary eye disease, those of us that are blind and visually impaired, we have an understanding between each other because we know what it's like to have to deal with these issues. Where you have others in our family who look at you as if you're inferior to them because you
great.
cannot see as good as they do, or they in some cases they'll be like, oh well, we know you can't see, but that's no excuse. You still need to do this or you still need to do that. Quit being lazy.
Right. Or for us, when it's time for family gatherings, they'll be playing a game or something like a word game or board game, and we will be excluded because either they just don't notice or they won't be bothered trying to include us and make it
Yep.
accessible.
Yep.
I think it's not even that. It's like,
I
okay,
don't go to family functions.
it's
I
like,
don't go to family functions at all because I don't have a way there. My family known all my life that I've
mhm.
had RP. And when I was younger, when my grandmother was alive, they would make sure I would have a way there. When my grandmother passed when I was 11, that was it. That's all it took. My family, a black sheep, boom, gone. We don't want nothing to do with you, pretty much. Every family function, oh yeah, we'll come and get you, but then they never show up. Oh, we forgot. So that's one of the biggest challenges is trying to deal with your own family who doesn't understand with what you're dealing with.
Yeah, but on that note, I feel like you can explain how much vision you have to people in the face, but they're not going through those challenges, so they can't relate to you at the same level.
Yep. Yep, exactly.
And so some people Some people are willing to make an effort to try and meet you halfway,
Mm-hmm.
and then others are just like, I feel like they can't fathom a way that they can relate to you on that level if they don't even try.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
Yeah,
that is
Jesse says
definitely
very
it.
inspirational.
No, thank you.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the biggest challenges I've noticed, not just for me, but in general for the blind community is that's one of our biggest hurdles is those that are in our family.
Like,
They
I don't.
sometimes they help because when they're like that, in some cases, I'll admit it, it helped me. Why did it help me? Because my family was so bullheaded and stubborn and mean. The way that they were and the way that they treated me pushed me to prove them wrong.
That kind
And
of
I
gave you
mean,
like thick skin.
it
Yeah.
gave me an excuse to be an asshole. Sorry. But that's exactly what it was. You say I can't do it? Watch me. Watch
Oh.
me do something because you said I can't.
Yeah,
Because
I feel like
I
that's
can't
another
do it
thing.
because I can't see. Watch me.
I feel like
That's
that's
how
another
I
thing.
spent 8 years in the Marine Corps, even though I couldn't see.
God, Nick.
I think that's another thing for people who are in the blind community is that never say the word you can't because that's just a challenge.
Yep. Yep. You gotta put your mind to it. You gotta put the effort in and not let people irritate you. Because that's
Aw, thank you, Jesse. Jesse wrote, I can't imagine going through that. I think you guys are very strong people.
Wow.
no, thank you. It's not too often that we have people that are sighted and actually can be empathetic and understand where we're coming from. It's a very big rarity these days. And now that this whole pandemic thing has been going on,
Yeah.
this is creating a little bit more of a hurdle for us because I actually wanted to make a statement while we were here today because I am in an RP group that I need to add you into. I think would benefit you, Lauren
Sure.
and Nikki,
Oh,
but n- not
You
just
guys said
in
it at the
the
same
not just in the sense of RP support,
time. Uh huh.
but just some of the stories that come from other people that I hit them up. I'll ask them, can I use that for one of my videos? Because in the RP group, they don't want you promoting your stuff and stuff like that. They find it disrespectful for some reason. But
There are a lot of groups that are like that.
I'll ask them, hey, I happen to do a channel. Can I use this for a reference in one of my videos? And just yesterday, I was a little bit irritated with one of the posts I seen coming from a young lady who went shopping.
oh
Mm.
no.
And she went to Walmart.
All
So,
right.
Walmart, if you're listening, please have a little bit of consideration when it comes to your blind customers.
Was it that bad?
Well, she went to Walmart and she has her white cane. And she approached one of the counters and asked somebody a question, and the worker had an attitude.
Of course. Because, like, I got to take out of my time out of my day to help you, but that's your job.
Right. And then not only did they have an attitude towards her, they started shouting obscenities at her about being blind and how she needs to get out of the
Not
store.
okay.
No. That's when you call the manager.
Not necessary.
Right. And that irritated the living hell out of me
I
because
bet.
she's younger than me and new to being visually impaired.
Right.
And to have somebody that is new to being visually impaired, new to using a cane, go into a store
Yeah.
to be yelled at by one of your cashiers for asking a question and needing assistance is not cool. That
How?
is that's an
Oh,
automatic lawsuit. Automatic. It is against
yeah.
the Americans with Disabilities Act. If she
Poor
wanted to,
thing.
she could
I
go
bet she
get
just
an
probably didn't know
attorney.
how to handle the situation.
Yeah. All she'd
Well,
have to do is get a hold of the ADA, and the ADA will be more than happy to send a representative to go inform the company that they're under investigation and possibly getting sued.
not necessarily. It depends on how big the business is. I actually had to deal with this myself.
Uh, that's the thing is some of them they don't do all that well of a thorough investigation all the time, but they will definitely take your complaint, and depending on
Oh,
what the situation is, you can, yeah.
Well,
There's
what
so
happened was, sorry, go ahead, Andrew.
Go ahead.
So what happened was is that I was applying for a job at a bakery that
Mhm.
was probably owned. It was like a small business, and pretty much said to my face, "I won't hire you because you're blind."
Really?
yeah. So and the thing is, like, we learned that you don't have to disclose your disability when you're applying for a job.
Mhm.
And so the owner that interviewed Nicole didn't know she was disabled until they met. And I think, like, that just set her off on a tangent saying, like, oh, my
Mhm.
granddaughter. But yeah, she was saying that her granddaughter was blind and she thought her granddaughter was incapable of doing anything. But there's no way in hell Nicole could do the job.
And that
Mm.
I was like, "Well, I'm telling her in advance I was blind." And if she had known that, she wouldn't ask me to come in for an interview.
Wow.
But yeah, with her sister's help, we contacted the ADA, and there really wasn't a whole lot. Like, they couldn't do anything to the company because they had too few employees because it was a small business.
That's interesting because when I was in school, we were told there wasn't no limitation.
I know,
That
right?
it's a matter of discrimination, plain and simple. And it's against
National
the
Bat
law.
Center.
Oh
It's
yeah.
against the law to discriminate. That's what they always taught us in school. That's what they say about the laws. So if it's against the law, it shouldn't matter whether you're a big business or small business. When you go to the ADA, they are
Right.
supposed to be able to represent you and remedy that situation, whether it is legal action or just making them implement something to work.
But
Like
think
restaurants.
I think the
Restaurants are
loophole was
supposed to work
that
for us too.
they weren't saying that she couldn't be there and be a customer. They just didn't want to hire her.
Well, that's the thing is it still applies. It's discrimination. They can't discriminate
Right.
against you to hire you based on a disability.
I was so pissed.
Yeah, it because that was one thing when I was in school that I was worried about a lot. And that was one thing that got rammed down my throat a lot by my teachers is if they do this, you need to go contact them. Well, why? You go contact them because they'll be the ones to go and tell them, if you don't remedy this, you're going to get sued. And if you get sued, they could take your business from you. You
But
could be
I,
bankrupt.
I feel like the problem of looking for a job is that they don't want to look at your experience or if you need a job. They see you
Hmm.
have a team and that's it. They don't need to be a
Yep.
chance.
Yep. I was denied the last time I actually applied for a job, I do believe, for that exact reason, because I've always disclosed I have a vision impairment. And if you can
Right.
work with me to where I'm in the proper lighting and I can
Yeah.
do my job, I'll be great. But if you can't work with me to be in proper lighting, well, then I'm wasting mine and your time. And I don't like wasting my time, and I don't want to waste your time.
Sorry.
And I went into the interview, and I had my cane with me. I wasn't using it, but I had it with me because I could see within the store. And I went to Target. And we went over my resume, and at the end of it, oh, well, you're overqualified.
Wow. That's the thing I don't get sometimes. Like, I try to apply to like Target and Walgreens, and they say that I'm underqualified, but yet when you go there as a customer, there's nobody there to help you.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously they're short staffed.
Mm-hmm. Well, they do that on purpose sometimes too, because them companies are trying to make as much money as they can, and the more people they have to have on the floor, the more money that they're losing.
Yeah, but I mean, especially I applied for over 500 jobs, and every time I get all the way to where you have to meet the owner or the person hiring.
Like an
Mhm.
interview.
Yeah, and you see a team, you're like, oh, well, the job's already filled, or we'll call you, and then crickets. It's
Well,
very frustrating.
that's why I haven't. A couple weeks ago, I told you I was given an email of a job offer making $55,000 a year. I still haven't emailed them. Why?
Why? Do
Because
you not want the job?
oh no, I would love to have the job, but question one, it is a work at home thing, and it's for video content creation and picture, which is copywriting and stuff like that, and
Mm-hmm.
then social media, which I've got all the experience and all that, but you have to be able to go over to where they want you for 4 weeks to do training, and that's if
Travel.
that's if you get the job. You have to go there for 4 weeks for your training, which is all paid, and then you get to come back home, and then you're on whatever kind of schedule they set up for you at home, but they still
Right.
require a lot of travel as well.
Yeah, that would be hard for you to do.
Right. I don't drive, so that means I'm gonna have to rely on Uber or Lyft or something like that, and you guys already know how I feel about that. That's why I haven't used it yet. You know, I do have the app on my phone now, so I can experiment and try it here in the near future, because I'm gonna have to at some point, because next year I'm going to People of Video. I already spent my
Mhm.
$500 for my ticket next year. I'm going. Even if I have to hitchhike. But um, it's one of them wonderful things is
Yeah, and like I was telling you, I want to do a video showing how to use it, because a lot of people that are visually impaired think like it's an app on my phone, so how accessible is it?
Mm-hmm.
It's just not really safe to travel anywhere. And I
Mm-hmm.
have ventured out to like the grocery store. I'm not gonna lie, I hate wearing the face mask.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like them.
Aww.
But
Jesse, I want to hug you guys. I'm sorry, but I do. Right now might not be a good time because of the pandemic, but you guys are awesome.
Thank you.
well, thank
Hugs
you.
back.
Virtual hug back.
Yeah.
Which that reminds me, I wanted to ask Jesse, are you sighted, or do you know somebody that has vision loss?
I don't just think you're excited. I just don't know about the Venus one's doing good.
Curious minds want to know.
I feel like she might be like Rachel.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Which I wish I had Rachel for his video. She would love this.
Tell her to join.
She's not. She's what time is it?
Almost 10.
Yeah, she's probably playing little ones to bed.
Yeah, it's probably ability mom's going off. I forgot she has 2 little ones. But yeah, I mean, I have some stories to tell about using Lyft. It's hit or miss, really. I mean, it really depends.
Yeah.
Do you have a decent human being
Mm-hmm.
picking you up, or do you have an a-hole picking you up?
I mean, also
Right.
story.
And that's my thing is, it's like when it first came out, that's all you ever heard was all the stuff on the news about everything happening. And then it all settled down, and then they started doing the news reports of, oh, well, Uber come out today that they had this many thousands of reports of sexual and physical abuse and of employees as well as by customers, and then you've got the miscellaneous little accidents and stuff like that that happen. And it's like, okay,
Okay, so yeah, zombie ritual.
do
So Jesse wrote, I honestly don't know anyone that has vision loss. I've always wanted to talk to somebody that does. So definitely ritual. Okay.
Well, I'm an open book, so feel free to ask whatever you want. Wink,
Same.
wink.
Yep, same here.
Come on.
It's not better in my head, but
Yep.
oh, guess I can't take it back now. It's already out there.
Yep. During these live streams, we tend to share a lot more than I think we do in our videos.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot easier, I think, when we're on the live stream, we share more because it's you and I going back and forth as well as the chat. Because we've always got at least one or two there with us for a minute. But I think the value in our live streams so far
Mhm.
have been us sharing our experiences back and forth, because even though we didn't have a lot of people with us in the live stream at that particular time, they have been replayed by some people.
Mhm.
And I know that's going to be a little bit helpful because they're going to get that info
Muscular
out of the replay.
dystrophy.
Dystrophy? Yeah, I think so. I have no clue what it is.
There are other disabilities that come from, like they had like muscle weakness.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Oh, yeah, until Andrew. Jesse wrote that their caregiver for a long time and took care of a sweet old lady that had muscular dystrophy.
Yeah, macular dystrophy. It 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 plays in RP a little bit. Because a lot of people that have RP have macular degeneration. So yeah. Yep.
I can't read.
My problems.
I can't read either, but that's why I always get so close to the screen.
I'm
That's my
super
only
close to the
downfall.
screen. I'm super close to the screen, and I had the magnifier on. So
Yeah, said that she could only see the outline of my body.
but it sounds like she had some vision.
Well,
But
no.
definitely props to
If
anybody
she
that's a
could only see
caregiver.
the outline of the body, that means she had more of a central vision loss than she did a peripheral.
Or maybe it's like a light and shadow thing, where like I can see the shadow and light.
Oh, wait, light is at night, where I can see the outlines of buildings and stuff like that.
You can't make out detail. You just see like
I see
the shape.
outlines,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Look, the wind vibe. But yeah.
See, that's why I was doing that last live stream where I did that little interview with you, is because I figured it would be a good way for us, not just me, but for us as a community, to have a like spotlight series to where we talk with other blind and visually impaired. That way it helps them get exposure. It gets us another episode or a live stream,
Right.
possible another friend in the community, and we share our experiences, and then all of our different communities will be able to get the information that they might be looking for.
Yeah, and I think also too, like these live streams, like for people that are like Jesse that don't have vision loss,
Mhm.
and might not really know a lot of people that have vision loss.
Yeah, it helps a
From
lot.
them.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people out there that are like, well, hey, I might have a blind or visually impaired friend, and I don't know how to do something without being offensive. You know, because
Right.
there's some people that are so worried about, oh, I don't want to make a comment like, hey, I seen you today.
Or like my one friend, they worked in the medical industry and they wanted to know how to be more helpful.
Right. And that's why I started putting my quick videos together, which I'll be redoing a lot of those here in the future. But I wanted to get out as much content as I could possibly think of at one time, and I know that was the wrong thing to do now. Thanks to learning over the last few weeks, but, yeah, there's a lot of content coming.
Sweet. Yeah, I
And
agree. I think it's definitely better to be informed and be ignorant about it. I mean,
mhm,
the best thing you can do is try to reach out to people that you think will have the answer.
Yep.
mhm.
And not be afraid to ask questions. I hate when people make assumptions and they don't want to ask.
Yeah.
But the flip side is like, I don't want to ask you this question because I don't want to offend you.
Yeah, and that's what I mean, is there's a lot of people, they'll be like, "I wanna ask a question, but I don't wanna sound stupid. I wanna ask a question, but I don't wanna be offensive. I wanna
Like,
ask a question, but"
But
and
then you
it's
have
like
some people that, sorry, go ahead.
but it's like, I understand being nervous and stuff because I do the same thing myself, l D and Nick and the guys sometimes, they'll make a comment, and I'll start typing out a question, and it's like, "You know what? Nah. You know
But
what? Nah."
go ahead.
here's the thing though, some people, I understand they're embarrassed to ask a question. When they're
Mhm,
like in their head, they're like, oh, I heard this on the news, so it must be true. I don't have to
mhm.
ask a question. Like the stupid question, like the stupid idea is that people that are disabled can't, or mentally below average, which isn't true, but because in the news, it has to be true.
Or it's a stereotype that must be true.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really know when I did work for the first time, and people will be like, well, we saw you looking at us, so we just assumed you were following conversation. Really?
I had a comment and it fluttered away. That happens.
Delver, I say, ask your question. It's okay if it seems a bit stupid. It is more stupid if you don't ask and
Exactly.
learn. Exactly. I totally agree. That's my fault. So,
Yeah, because then the whole time you're gonna be like, well, shit, I wish I had asked that question, and then they're gone, and then you miss out on the opportunity to learn.
which was funny because when I went to the winter event, I wrote the comment to let them know, like, hey, you guys see me wandering around, can you include me because I can't see anything.
Right? And
Well,
then after that, they were inclusive because they didn't know.
They didn't know, but it's like I feel like sometimes it did both ways. Is I had to seek out to help.
I think that reminds me of when Nicole and I went to New York City. So even though we had a sighted friend with us, he was so afraid to ask New Yorkers for directions on where to go because
Mhm.
and afterwards this is the thing that we got all the time of like, well, how did you get lost? Everything's a grid. Okay, that's a sighted thing. But again, he was afraid to ask people for directions, and I don't know, I guess growing up and having drilled in my head to be your own advocate, I don't mind. The worst they can say is, I don't know where that is, I can't help you.
But
Mhm.
I thought the best was the couple we went to our first time in New York, and I really felt like they had experienced people that were low vision because instead of saying follow this sign to this street to this sign, they're like, You go down 1 block, turn right. Go down 2 blocks, turn left.
I know. Even though they didn't, that couple didn't walk with us, their directions were so detailed. It was like they were with us,
Mm-hmm.
and it was better than walking in circles for an hour.
It's like I'm hoping that I can set them up to where it's like I might not be there with you, but I'm hoping that with the amount of description I'm giving, it's like I'm sitting right there going, "Hey, this is what you're seeing. I know. I seen it. I'm gonna you're over your shoulder practically. I'm gonna guide you through. This is everything. And this is how you use it."
Jesse and Delbo for Jesse wrote, I love these live streams. I love to learn about different disabilities, especially about people with vision loss, plus hearing your stories could help me help someone who has vision loss.
Yeah.
And then Del wrote, some people have great sense of directions. I have. Some blind people don't. It varies.
Mm-hmm.
And Jesse wrote, oh, I see.
Yeah, Jesse, I mean, that's the whole goal of, hoping that our story will help somebody else that, might think, I went through something similar, I'm not alone. Because I think that's a common fear when something like losing your vision happens to you. It's like, nobody else can understand what I'm going through.
I mean, I'm with Del. I mean, I have a good sense of direction, but when you go someplace new for the first time, it's a little hard to like trust your instinct or gut if you're going the right way or not.
But I think that's just nerves and like that fear that you're gonna hurt yourself or get lost. Not me. I think it's Dory kicking in where I just like blindly dive into the unknown.
The best times is when you say, "Oh, I know where we're going," and you take the lead. And we get so lost so quickly.
More and more stories that I tell, I definitely see myself a story.
Oh. So
Ooh,
does that mean you girls are gonna join me in New York then?
Depends on the price. I don't have money for it.
I mean, somebody wants to buy my ticket.
Yeah, I know. Trust me, trust me, I know.
Oh,
And my cousin asked me that. He's like, "Are you gonna ask the girls if they're gonna go to the conference?" And it's like, I already kind of hinted around at it. He's like, "Well," it's like, you forgot we're all blind and on disability. Who's gonna pay for your ticket? I can't afford to pay for 2 more tickets. That's another $1,000. Come on, Trump. I'll take your free money so I can pay for a plane ticket real quick for 2 people.
I mean, it's possible. I mean, I do these larks and they cost almost $800, $900. You just pay a little bit every month and there you go.
Yeah. I'm surprised that he hasn't done something like that. Maybe he will. I don't know.
I mean, that's an option. Just save up for it.
Maybe that's something we could talk to Dan about. But yeah,
Well,
that's
yeah,
what I told my cousin. It's like I can't afford the money for their ticket.
Well, fortunately for us, we wouldn't have to fly. We could just take the bus there, and it would be like not very much.
Right, but still, that's what I was telling him. It's like, if I wanted somebody here to go with me, I'm still gonna have to pay for their ticket. I'm gonna have to pay for their plane ticket to get there or bus ticket, whichever way I choose to go. And then, the hotel room, food, everything else, we're gonna have to figure out arrangements for all that 'cause it's not like I can afford it.
Del agreed with your comment.
I have these some ratios.
Andrew, I'm scared the wheel and Nikki's head are turning.
Oh, nice Disney.
Yeah, I know, right?
Alright, I got something like that. Good job.
I've been all over this country, but it's always been with like when one of my friends that's a truck driver or my dad. or
Right.
my real close friends, you know. So I've been all over the
Travel
place.
pretty.
But for me to go to New York for the first time alone, oh, am I nervous? I'm like nervous. You know, I'm
I have to
comfortable with
travel.
using my cane around here, around home, you know, and stuff like that. But to go
Right
to
now, quality will
an entire another state and everything else, I'm yeah nervous.
Sorry, they kept playing it in BC Brown book live stream of following the evil plot bunny because they were talking about writing, and now it's been stuck in my head.
As long as I don't have to worry about like the Langoliers from Stephen King or something like that, I'll be all right.
Well, you know, some people think that alligators live in the sewers, so
Well, you know, the old joke since I was a kid was always you go to New York and they got rats that are the size of alligators and alligators and crocodiles that swim down there with them. So, you know, no.
mine was a
I
daredevil.
don't want to get lost in New York. I might end up being some kind of squirrel food down in them sewers.
Me and Nikki got lost in New York. It's fun.
Yeah.
Well, we only walked like 8 blocks out of the way of the wrong direction.
Well, if I go to New York and I get lost 8 blocks out of the way, I hope I bump into Casey Neistat.
Are they from New York?
Yeah. Well, Casey's originally, I don't know if he's originally from New York his whole life, but that's where he was for the longest time. That's where his studio is New York. They just moved out to California last year or
So we
something like
left
that.
one big city to go to another big city. Got it.
Yeah. Yeah, he went from New York out to like San Diego or something.
I mean, shoot, we went to London. We didn't go. That was our biggest adventure place we've been to.
There's what we should do.
What's that?
Save up some money and go on an international trip to a group of the blind. The blind community go for an international trip.
Hey, I'm all on board. I love
Yeah.
traveling. Just why did it have to make it so expensive?
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
you know,
Well,
the
with the
only
way
reason you have to
things
do
are going now, it might be cheaper.
the only reason you have to London because it was part school trip, part inheritance. That's why we could afford it.
It's so
Mhm.
expensive.
Well, that's why I'm hoping with everything I'm learning that I'll be able to help out our community grow our channels and maybe making some extra money. And if we
It's
can,
just like everybody pitch in.
Good night,
well,
Jesse.
not even everybody pitching in, but if we can all, you know, get to a point to where you're making a few extra bucks a month that you don't have to worry about, that you can set off to the side,
Yeah,
you know, if we all had an
Yeah.
ability to go, okay, here's a 2,100 or whatever a month, you know, we could set it off to the side and then turn around and be like, okay, well, I got my passport, I got the money for a plane ticket. Where do we want to go?
Del, I think that's an amazing idea. I would definitely for it. It seems like people in Europe are all like they're like super friendly to those that are disabled.
I know.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, they probably need us.
I actually learned, thanks to Sam and a couple other people, I learned that there's a big difference between their canes over there and ours.
Oh yeah, I noticed that.
Oh yeah, they had the red tip on the bottom is different.
Yeah. Theirs is either a single red strip or a double red strip.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a single strip, you're visually impaired. If you have a double red strip, you're visually impaired and hearing impaired.
And then they're also made from different material because the one version we tried was lighter. It was light, but it didn't make natto, which I really enjoyed.
Now, thanks for joining us, Jesse. Good night. As you're signing off, going to bed. I don't know what bed is until it's daylight outside.
I know. It's looking Empire.
The sun.
Yeah, you too, Jesse. Hope you have a good evening, and definitely we'll have more live streams. It will either be here or on my channel. You never know which one of us it'll be. Either way, it's usually us together.
That's
Yeah.
true.
I
Amigos.
I like
Yeah.
that.
That's a good idea. The three blind amigos.
What about Dell? Dell wants to be
Well,
included.
yeah, we can add in a Dell too.
Here, check that
Plus,
from.
that should be our tour guide if we're in Europe. Nice. That would work. Haven't
Yeah,
been there. I definitely studied enough about Europe over the years, but
from what I've heard in some of Dell's live streams, it seems like she's a well-seasoned traveler like Nicole.
nice. I know I was sitting there watching some of Matt and Corey's videos, and it's like, man,
Yeah,
I
they've
would
been everywhere.
I would so love to just like be a fly on the wall to hear how everything was planned and put together to go on them trips, because it's like, I'd love to do that, but
Huh?
I'm too nervous.
Oh,
I'm being serious. I will look into this and see if I can figure out a way to set us a cheap flight when this is all over. But you can't really do anything now until this student quarantine is over.
yeah. I was telling Nicole that in Florida they want to reopen Orlando June 5th.
Nice.
Like, is that really smart? Has it, like, a whole lot of things haven't really opened. Like, our state is still in lockdown.
Yeah, we're still on lockdown, but we're partially open. Makes a whole lot of sense, but
Not
that's what I was
really.
saying before.
Well, they've opened up things in like smaller counties in Maryland, but the bigger counties are still in lockdown.
Time for a place. Joe has to leave. She has a book down up.
Oh dear God,
Good luck.
editing is hard.
Hmm.
Thanks for joining us, though.
Yeah, thanks. Don't have too much fun, and we'll see you soon.
Well,
Yeah,
I wouldn't call it.
I know. See you soon. I know.
I wouldn't
But
call it fun, but it is productive.
Yeah. I mean, we're some hard book.
I know.
Oh, I gotta stand.
Sitting too long. Definitely went longer than I thought it would.
That's a bad one.
No.
yeah.
We made it interested to say that on our live stream, we go until the sun comes up. I'm kidding. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah, Joe said
Are we gonna do a Matt and Corey
I
12-hour stream? Is that what you're aiming for?
was kidding.
famous last words.
I said don't quote me on it. Ew.
Well, we technically could do something like that because I've got my phone up there and I've got my laptop and I've got a backup phone. So I could have one that is for watching the actual stream so I can chat. And I can have the other one that's sitting like the one I'm using now, and it can be just my primary video source. I can even plug in my phone headset to it.
Nicole asked us, and that's what she for 3 comments.
Well, yeah. I'm just saying I could have 2 different angles if need be. Instead of
No.
using the laptop and phone like I am now. Because I'm sure everybody's probably wondering, why is there 2? Why is there two of the same? Well, new computer requires a workaround.
I know, I was confused when we were setting it up, like, which one do I mute? Well, there's no image on this one, so...
Well, now I also know that now you screen share on the phone, so you have to.
I swear to God, when I get off, they're gonna show up. I had them next to my bed the other day because I was listening to music at like 2 a.m. and I didn't want to wake up Nicole because our rooms are next to each other.
Thank you for that.
But I don't know where that.
Nice.
Let me clear my purse. Headphones! Come
Mine are on
out.
my desk. It's be charged.
We can do that. Come out of hiding. That's not working. They're not coming.
You're right.
Actually, that's funny. That's why I have more than one pair because I lost mine for the longest time.
Pair, find it.
Yeah,
Repeat.
buy a new pair, and then the other one show up, and then I have an extra, and then they both disappear.
Mm-hmm.
I know why we also have an extra with mom. That's the same problem.
Nope, I don't know what you're talking about. Ah.
But yeah, we can figure out something for sure.
That'd be fun to do.
Let's do research.
Yeah, like research, like travel grants, maybe.
That'd be awesome.
Question mark.
I have a couple of branches I looked at.
Because with grants, it's like if you're offering something to the community, they might fund it, and then somebody else will, some rich person that just has money to burn, might be able to help you.
You're right.
I told you the wheels were turning. And they were never fun.
Well, I also have a rich friend that needs money too, so.
How would you spend it so that he benefits from it, though?
I don't have to make on research.
Does he have a company or thing to promote?
I don't know if I'm mad. I just had to research some stuff.
I mean, I get that LARP can be like a good stress relief, but I never understood how people that do it have all this money to just throw.
You know, they're all surgeons or doctors or consultants or database operators. Like, they're always high-paying jobs.
Mm-hmm.
If
Stuff
you love
that
me,
we're
I'll help.
looking into.
What?
The stuff that we're looking into.
That's true. I was telling Nicole, like, how would you spin it if they have something to promote? Like, you scratch our back, we'll scratch yours.
Well, that's kind of what we've been doing already.
I know.
Because that was one thing that I was talking about with the other day with my cousin. He's like, well, are you making any money yet? And it's like, no. Well, I thought you were doing your mastermind like everybody else was. And it's like, I am. But
It's time.
there's two people with me so far, and you guys have been helping me out. So I see no reason to charge my partners.
Oh, but I like to see that there are people trying to join it despite the hiccup. Bad Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do a person's rich when they didn't drop and was 20,000?
But you know,
or 100,000, not bad enough.
for example, you look at Nick's page. In order to be a part of Nick's mastermind, you got to pay $50 a month.
What?
Yeah, $50 a month to be a part of the mastermind. And all it is a Facebook group like what we did. And then Nick will go through and he'll critique your channel. He'll help you figure out your analytics and stuff like that. It's one-on-one advice for 50
Right.
bucks a month. And why? Why would I charge you to $50 a month for brainstorming or
Yeah.
getting my advice? I understand it, but I that's why I was telling you guys, don't worry about it because you've been helping me out. I think that's the least I can do is help you out.
Right. Well, I mean, if you look on Dee's page, I think he went the right way around it. There's different levels.
Mhm.
Like, I'm only paying $2 a month, and the member only streams are so helpful because there's only like 8 or 10 of us in there. It's like you are getting one-on-one with him.
Yeah. Yep. I just joined the other day for $5.
And I feel like people in advantage are like, I'm still mad when I see someone start on tarot and they're like, US payment is $200 a reading. Like, I'm not paying money.
Mhm. It's like I've got my Patreon. Not that I have any patrons yet, but I have one.
Oh,
And I was
yeah.
looking at their guidelines, and it's like, well, if you do this, do this. And if you're gonna do this, well, then do that. So that's why if you look at my Patreon, I got it set up from like $5 up to $100. And there's
Yeah.
5 different tiers. That way you can pick, okay, you can't afford all kinds of money. I'm not worried about it. If you want to get a membership, all it,
Text
all that you're doing it in your price increase is getting a little bit more benefit, really, and it's not much.
But I'm
You
not doing
know,
something.
for like $5, what is it? $5 a month, I think, right now on mine, and you get behind the scenes and members only stuff and stuff like that. And then you'll have your name in the credits of any episodes that I do as a member.
Oh,
And
that's
then
cool.
Right.
if you go up to the next one, it's like you get all the stuff before that, and then you'll get private chats or something like
Like
that.
something
If,
extra on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
and then the next stage is we'll do one-on-one meetings if you're close enough. We can go out to like Starbucks, seeing how you like Starbucks. We'll go out to Starbucks, have a cup of coffee together, and your name's in the credits for each and every of those tiers. The only difference is where your name's going to be placed. If you're the
Mhm.
lowest part of the tier, you're going to be on the bottom. Whereas the higher you go in it, the higher your name's going to be in the stack. And if you're $100, that means you're a sponsor for so many episodes.
Right. That makes sense.
I mean, yeah, you got to make it worth it to the Patrons. Otherwise, why join?
Right. And not that I have anybody, but that was my kind of gear thought because I was looking at so many other people's, and it's like I haven't seen anybody do this yet.
Yeah, I
What
know a lot about Patreon.
what's funny is I put that all out there, even though I don't have any members. I've seen some of our pros start doing the same thing that I put into mine.
So are you like, oh, I was doing it before them, and I'm a small
Right. Yeah, I'm a small channel. I don't have any patrons, but I had that concept already. It's
but
like,
that's
"Go
good.
ahead, you use it. You use it. No worries, because I know eventually mine's gonna take off." And I'm not even really worried. Why? I don't care if I get patrons. Why? They take a cut anyway.
Hmm. But I mean,
If
this is another good way to get monetization.
yes, it is another way to do it, but how much of your profit are you really willing to give up? Because if you're, like, only getting your lowest membership, they take more of your fee. If you get a higher membership, they take less.
Hmm.
What sense does that make? In my opinion, you know, if you're a $5 member, I'll I won't take any. I'll let you get that full profit, $5. There you go. Now, $10
Yeah,
membership.
the other way
Okay,
around.
now I'll take a couple percent. Next one. Okay, now take a couple more percent. Right now, they've got it set up. Okay, you pay for a $5 membership. I'm taking 5%. You pay for
Oh,
You pay for a $10 membership, I'm only taking 2%. Why are you going backwards?
Yeah, like I said, it should be reversed. Because then that way, if you take more and you're making more, then it equals out.
Right. Instead of taking so much right off the bat. And that's why it's like I haven't bothered with my Patreon. I set it all up, put all them up there, and it's like, you know what? I don't care.
But I mean, at least you have it in place so that when it takes off, it's set up already.
Yep.
Yep.
It's smart.
Oh, I thought I need to help you with project new shirts. Can you make some quotes?
You know,
Right?
like our Teespring. I haven't sold anything on Teespring. That's all right though. Just like D told you, it's not about getting the sales, it's about learning how to do it. Because once you get doing it and you figure everything out, everything's going to roll into place right after that. That's why I was saying when we first started, my first channel, 600 people in just a couple months. Before I started really watching and implementing the things that Nick and D were talking about
Mm-hmm.
in Dan, because those were my first three that I watched was Nick, D, and Dan. Then I went to Brian G. Then I went to Roberto and everybody else.
Right.
But from them three, it took me like 2 months on my old channel that has been running for the last 8 years. That
Woo!
had 8 years of my original channel, and I was roughly 100 subscribers. Now I'm at 730 and climbing every
Awesome.
day.
I mean,
Last week I had 30 people in one day. 30 subscribers one day. So I know with everything that they're teaching us, it is possible. It's just a matter of getting everything implemented to make it work best.
Right. Well, I think the other thing too is yes, implementing the lessons that you're learning from other YouTubers, but just making content that you're proud of. Like
Mm-hmm.
the other day, I looked at my subscribers and I was like, holy shit, I'm at 50 in 2 months and I only have like 13, 14 videos. Like that's not a lot to me.
Well, that's what I was saying last week, when we were chatting on Facebook. It's like I'm ecstatic because why? I've been doing a video a day,
Yeah.
and I only had 20 people. And then I did your little intro and I helped you out that little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then I stopped posting. Why? Because I went to the conference online and I learned a lot. So that's why I've been cutting back on what I'm doing. That and I've got the new computer and everything. I'm getting all set up for the future.
Right.
But you were lower than me on how many videos you posted. I was already at 50
And now,
videos, and you had 5 more subscribers than I did. Not that I care, not that I'm counting them or anything, but you had 5 more subscribers than me. And
I
then
know.
if you looked at our watch time and views, you're higher than me. And I've been posting more than you were. And that
I don't
goes
get
to
it.
say a lot right there because I was doing the wrong things and not listening to the advice.
Yeah.
And you were doing the things that you were already told to, and then you got that little extra little help you needed. And then look, here we are a week later, and you're up to 50.
I know it's crazy. I mean, just think of like where it will be a month from now.
Right. And that's why I'm not focusing. Before, I was focused so much on the numbers and trying to hurry up and get it out and get everything done. And now it's not so much, I got to do this and do that, do this and do that. Because I'm still doing that because I got so many things that I'm working on now. But I'm not in such a rush to go, okay, I've got to hurry up and get this video out right now today. Because that's how I was for a few weeks. Gotta do
Really?
it. Gotta do it. Gotta do it. Gotta do it.
Was it hard to try and do a video a day? Because that seems like a lot.
Yes, it is, because
It's a
especially
lot
for
to expect.
me, I was so focused on trying to not only get my video, but I wanted the perfect video. No background noise, perfect lighting, everything. Trying to get it in one, and that's just not plausible.
Yeah, I think I think that was the best advice I took from you is not trying to get it all in one shot, do it in chunks because
Yep.
I mess up a lot.
Yep.
It really
I'll
helped.
admit, I'm one of
Yeah.
those. I made that mistake. You don't want to try making too many improvements at one time. You don't want to make it perfect. You want to do things over time. Don't rush.
Yeah.
Because that's the one thing I can definitely say is I understand now of why they say not to rush, because it's a burnout. It's a big time burnout. 50 videos in 50 days. Struggling with coming up with your content, coming up with your thumbnails, coming up with your background.
Coming up with a
I
title.
sat here fighting with myself on, like right now, I'm sitting against the wall because I changed my entire room around for videos.
Yeah.
I can
You
sit in
look
front
better.
of the closet. I can sit over here against the wall now. I don't have to pick where I'm per se gonna sit at anymore because I've got a
Right,
nice
you're not
big
looking
open
at
area. I'm not as limited. And before I only had I only had one light, whereas now
Yeah, looking at it looks a lot brighter.
Oh yeah.
Look way better.
I know this is taking a second because I've got the camera on a gimbal, but
Dun dun dun.
wrong direction. There we go. Can you see the
Yeah,
light?
it definitely looks way more organized and neat. Like, all right, this is what I want the room to be for. I have a plan. I'm gonna execute it.
That's a magnifying lamp.
Oh wow.
And underneath it there, that's where my turntable's sitting, where the other camera is.
Okay, that's cool.
And because it's on a swing arm, just like my microphone. Oh, too high.
We're on the ceiling.
Yeah, because there's a swing arm like that, I can have it way up high, and I can rotate it and point it over here at me, or I can have it pointing straight down at the turntable, and it makes it a lot easier for me to have my stage lighting or be able to read, because it will fold down far enough I can actually still use it.
That's awesome. It seems like such a nice, clean setup. I'm jealous.
You see what my mom got me the other day over there on that stool? I got a gigantic white turtle shell.
Ooh.
Nice.
What are you gonna use it for?
I'm not sure yet. It's big enough I could use it as a chest protector.
You're gonna turn into a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle?
Yeah, I don't know. I might turn into Raph.
I couldn't help it there.
I might. You never know. I know I'm looking forward to that, though.
Turning
You
into a
po-
turtle?
No, you posted it the other day. In fact,
You'll have to jog my memory. I posted a lot of things.
TMNT pizza party, man.
Oh, I think that's at the end of the month.
Tomorrow.
Wow. I knew it was coming up. That's nostalgia right there.
Agreed.
But yeah, I do believe that's what it said on there was the 23rd. And if I remember right, if it's the 23rd, that'd be tomorrow. I'm looking
Yeah,
forward to it.
I'm gonna look it up now. It's so crazy though because I didn't even realize that the actress that played April O'Neil in the cartoon was in the live action one with
Yeah,
Meg
in the
Fox.
actual movie.
Yeah,
Yep.
like I don't know why her voice didn't sound familiar.
Nope. It did not sound like her at all.
Then like when I watched the clip, it was like the clip was titled like April meeting April, something like that, and I was like, I didn't know she was in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But I wonder if like with the animation, like they made her sound different because I don't think she sounds like it at all. Because sometimes when you meet voice actors, like, oh yeah, it's definitely them, or I can see how that would be that character. Like it's close enough to their voice. Yes, they're just that talented. Oh yeah, it's in tribute to. It says in honor of the movie 30th anniversary.
Yeah. Hard to believe.
God, now you're so old.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I'm so telling you. 30 years. And what's funny is I have everything other than the newest stuff. Like I got the original play action from back in the day, but I don't have the newest TMNT stuff. Otherwise, I've got all the 80s cartoons and all the 90s and the early 2000s.
So what you're saying is that you're secretly a hoarder? What? That's not very nice.
No, I'm not saying that I have everything. I'm just saying I have all their episodes.
Oh, I know. I'm teasing you.
Um, I wouldn't mind per se having all of the newest movies, but I don't like them. I haven't even watched them. I haven't even watched them, but I don't like them.
Have you seen a new series for cartoon?
Oh, sure, Nickelodeon.
It's
Yeah.
I don't
It's
even like
another
the
one of
animation.
them. That's one of them wonderful things about TMNT is if you go back and you look at everything that we grew up with here in the US when they first started, up until this point, or well, up until the early 2000s,
I mean, I like the
it was
2000s.
consistent up
Right.
until that point. Then they started changing things out a lot more, and it was more noticeable.
But yeah,
Then they switched to the whole new real-time movie stuff, and they really screwed that up, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
oh my god, CGI is horrible.
And that's what I'm talking about of I don't have those, is that there. I
It
wouldn't
looks
mind
cheap.
having the whole collection just to say I have the whole collection, but I don't want that garbage.
No, you should
I
watch.
want the stuff from when we were younger. That would make me happy.
And yet the weird thing is they had like a Batman versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
That
Mhm.
was good.
And that was really good. It was really reminiscent of the night, like the early cartoons.
Nice. That I have not seen unless it's one of the cartoons that I've got, but
Yeah,
otherwise
it's
no.
animated.
Yeah, it's one animated film by DC. And we were having that discussion earlier that DC should just stick to animation because that's what they're good at, and not the live action stuff.
Agreed.
Yeah, because that live action with the turtles to where the way that they switched up the whole costume sucks.
It was clunky too. Like they had too much stuff on.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what I mean. You know, if you look at the ones in the 90s that we had, they looked more like they were real.
Yeah, and it's crazy how because that was all like hand drawn stuff, and yet it looked better than
Well,
what we
yeah,
could
but
come
even
up
the
with.
actual movie, when you looked at the guys that played the turtles, their shells looked real. Their turtle skin, though you know it was some kind of a latex or silicone or something, you still had that feeling of it being real. And now it's like, oh, hey, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna give you a character that looks like he's wearing pajamas. You know, his shell doesn't have any kind of realistic look to it. The s- the skin doesn't look smooth like turtle. It looks like smooth like blanket.
I think the face is what pissed off a lot of the fans.
Yes, that was the biggest piss off. And that's the one biggest thing I have an issue with the cartoons too, because in our 90s cartoons, they have eyeballs.
Hmm.
You get into the early 2000s, what happens? It's just white.
Right.
What the hell?
Yeah, that I've noticed that's like a trend because a lot of the characters that are drawn in the Harley Quinn cartoon is like that too.
Yeah,
Oh,
that irritates me. It's like,
Yeah.
if you don't have a pupil in there, you might as well say the damn thing's blind.
I know, right?
Just my opinion. If you have no pupil, you're blind. Plain and
Ooh,
simple.
blind Harley Quinn.
You
I mean,
know,
that is how you would draw blind people just with white eyes. You know, that's
Feels so
realistic.
meta.
I know.
No, I'm saying a blind version of Harley Quinn. I cosplayed a Harley Quinn. They're cool.
I mean, that's why I like how you drew Toph because it's not her eyes aren't white
Mhm.
or dull. Maybe she has blue eyes.
I thought they were gray
I can't tell.
from what I've seen from the
I can't tell her
drawings.
but they're dull, which is what you
Yeah.
expect someone that's blonde.
Do you ever see the very beginning of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Yes.
Like, not the US beginning, I mean the very true beginning of TMNT.
No, not that far back.
We're from Japan.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh. If you're diehard fans, you might want to see those. Maybe. Just
Maybe
just
interested.
maybe.
I'm not
I'll
interested
I'll
in that.
see if I can figure out a way to get a copy to you possibly, because, yeah, the 80s Japanese Turtles is way, way beyond what we would ever get here.
That's sad. I feel like we're missing out.
I just counted for a lot of
The
God.
artwork there, the artwork for the animation is way more detailed.
Mm.
And you want to talk about violence?
Oh yeah.
Holy shit, violence.
Like what Nick said, I mean, any cartoon or anime that we get from Japan, they bring it into the US and they censor it.
Yep. Yeah, just like what we're doing right now is probably getting censored over there. Because that's how bad China is. Anything over in China, if it has to do with like Tiananmen Square or anything like that, that's illegal.
Wow.
Yeah, anything that shows even a couple glimpses of the tank versus the guy standing there standing up for himself, yeah, all that there is labeled as propaganda and defamation against their government and stuff like that. So that's why before all this whole crap started for isolation, That's why there was such an issue going on over there, is because they actually started a revolution of taking their lives back, taking control, and
Right,
the
and then it happened.
government.
And I got calculated. You can't hit up
Yeah,
for yourself.
yep, and that's what happened is COVID hit, and they're like, "Oh, no, now we're shutting everything down everywhere. Go home."
But it's horrible though when you see footage of people that have been trapped on cruises because they don't want them to dock into the country that they're in.
Yep. Got a couple of friends from the RP group actually were on one side of the country and another one on the other side of the country, both dealing
I
with the
don't
same
I don't
thing.
know how to handle it. You're cut off from everybody you know in a tiny little room.
Yep.
And you don't know how long you're gonna be stuck there.
One of them was on the ship and actually had their dog with them.
Well, I mean that's good that they have
And
some for a comfort. They have some type of companionship for sure.
yes and no, because remember, you're on a cruise ship. Remember where you've got to take your dog every day?
Oh yeah, how would that work? Huh.
Yeah, it's not pretty. They were going out on the cruise ship does have a thing a little set up for them, or in most cases they have it set up for them to where they got like a little litter box or something like that they could have set up for your dog to go into. But you know, are you letting your dog go out there and do his business and then immediately taking it and throwing it overboard or what? Because you're not telling me that they've got all that sand or whatever it is
Yeah.
for
Things that you don't think of.
you know, oh yeah, we're gonna come in today and we're gonna swap out your dirt with fresh. Yeah, I don't see that happening.
Well, I
Uh,
guess it depends on how long you guys are out in sea. Like if you're gonna dock into an area, like a country, maybe.
well, yeah, they'll have it, but they might not have an overabundance of it. And
Mm,
then you like now, okay, you went out on the cruise, you were out for 2 weeks or whatever, and you went to port. Oh well, now we're not letting you into port because of this crap hitting. Go
right.
somewhere else. Okay, now your 2 week trip just turned into a 3 month stay on a ship that you didn't plan on.
Right.
So how are you actually managing taking care of that dog being stuck in that little room?
And how well are you taking care of yourself?
Right. Yeah, and that's the one thing that would worry me is they were already worried about the virus and contamination of everything as it was. Now you add in everybody being confined into their rooms and then some of them with animals like that. Are they able to take care of that? If they are, cool. If they are incapable of handling taking care of that on their own because they're either not able to see it or because they're in a wheelchair or something, then what?
They don't know what to do with it.
Because I don't know about you, but I'd be a little bit skeptical about, okay, here, I'm going to let my dog go and take a poo out there real quick. And now I can't see a thing at all. Now I'm going to feel around so I could try finding it to throw it overboard.
I just
No.
realized.
Wow.
What? I mean, what you don't for all.
But I mean, it makes sense why depression and suicide were high because you're like people that don't have anybody there were trapped for months in a tiny little room.
Yep. Excuse me. And that's definitely another one of our problems is VIPs is isolation. Some of us we do it on our own, and then there's some of us that we don't have an option. It's
Right.
just that way.
And again, too, it's like I was telling you, until I started doing YouTube, I didn't really know a lot of people
Right.
that were blind or visually impaired, or I didn't talk, you just didn't have that network that you felt you could go to.
Well, it's not that most networks are for kids or teens. Like, no one that's adults. So you can only reach out to them.
That's why I got the Association for the Blind, because that's been my network for people my age, is the local support group. And it does all right when you can get to your meetings, but if you can't get to the Friday meeting, then it's crappy because you don't have anybody.
Right.
And that's the nice thing, like we were saying on my stream, is it's like, up until recently, because of seeing Casey Neistat's video, I always thought I was one in a million. You're a blind guy and making content. Cool. Don't see anybody else out there making blind content. And then here we are 8 years later, I come across this video by Casey with Molly, and it's like, wow, really? And I go and look at her channel, and it's like, wow, how come I've never seen this before? And then here comes Matt's page. Well, damn, where did these blind people come from, man? I've been on here for 8 years. Never once seen anything about blind people, ever. And I even search stuff.
If YouTube's not putting it on the homepage and you don't know how to search for it, how are you going to find it?
What I'm saying is, I used to search for stuff like that. Because I would want to know, okay, I want to know more about the photophobia or nystagmus or anything like that with our eyes from RP.
Yeah.
It wasn't there, other than the professionals that would do it. And I don't care about the professionals. I want to see somebody like us.
And plus, like, if an eye doctor or professional saying it, they're going to use all this fancy jargon. And nobody's going to know what that means.
Right. Well, what the hell is photophobia, Andrew? It's the brightness of lights in flashing. What is nystagmus? And nystagmus is the twitching of your eye.
So is light phobia light sensitivity?
Yeah, photophobia is is partially light sensitivity and flashing of the colors and stuff in your eyes.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know about you, but do you get like red or blue or like white or purple lights that move all over the place?
I get red. I'm looking at a computer screen or a flash from a camera.
Yeah, perfect example right there. Flash of a camera. That flash of the camera, you get the red and blue and white hue and everything, right? That's photophobia.
I guess.
Yeah, mine would be white.
Yep. Yeah.
But
unfortunately, I've got multicolor.
I haven't really gotten them in a while. It used to be really prominent when I lost a lot of my sight.
Oh, like right now? Right now, I've always got photophobia, but right now it's staying on the outer side. And because of it flashing so much, it's actually blocking out the overhead light for the magnifying lamp.
Okay.
Instead of me having to go like this to block it, because of my eye flashing, it's already blocking it out for me.
Nice. Yeah, I think for me, if I'm reading a book from my iPad or if I'm playing a game for a long time, I'll get one.
Well, when you're looking at a screen, you're seeing the blue light. I think that might be.
I meant like I'm reading a book on CCTV or.
And when you're looking at a screen for a long period of time?
It has a bright light source. Which makes sense since my hypersensitive light.
And then you had
Nystagmus.
Yes, thank you.
That's the twitching of your eye.
Yeah, I was actually asking how he was saying it. Yeah, apparently my eyes do it when I'm like tired or if I've been looking at a screen too long.
Oh yeah, it's a very common thing for people with RP.
Yeah, my
Um,
mom actually brought it to my attention because she thought something was wrong with my eye.
mhm. Yeah, it's unfortunately one of them wonderful conditions added into RP of involuntary twitching.
But like, I don't feel anything from it when it happens.
Give it
So,
time. Give it time.
what would
Everybody's
cause?
different, but you'll probably start noticing it a little bit later because like mine, I'll get a twitch way down here and then I'll have a pain up here.
Huh. I think Nick has a question for
Or
you.
yep.
So, what would cause your eye putter to turn red, like you've been crying? Well, some people ask me that when I'm like learning for a long time or I'm really been learning for too long. They'll say like, ask me what's wrong.
What, like your eyes changing color?
Like they said, like like you start crying, your eyes like have a red tint to them.
Like your eye hook bloodshot.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Maybe it's from just draining your eyes.
Maybe. I don't know what caused it, but like I know a lot of people be like, "Oh, what's wrong?" And all of a sudden, like, what the heck are
Um,
you from?
maybe a blood vessel or something.
Well, she had
What the
whooping cough when she was younger, and it caused the blood vessel to burst.
Mhm.
So that could just be what it is. Like if you're straining your eyes and you're tired, or
Maybe.
Yeah, that's possible because I've had that happen too, where I've burst blood vessels and it yeah.
No, it's just somebody I never forgot to explain to you. It's like this sounds so weird.
Mhm.
you're special.
Oh, don't pet me.
I love having our community online because it's like, does anybody else have these kind of issues or
Right.
similar or how do you work your way around this?
Yeah,
Because
and
we
that's
all have so many different ways of improvising for stuff. It's unbelievable.
that's why I like the video that me and Nicole did about our disability, because a lot of people hear Bardet-Biedl syndrome and they're like, "What the fuck is that?"
Mhm. Yep. Well, that's why I asked you guys because it's like, okay, I know what RP is because I got that, but it's like, what the hell is BBS? As soon as I heard it, it's like, what in the fuck is that? Please do explain. I'm curious. It's like I don't want to sound like I'm being mean, but it's like you piqued interest because it's like, okay, I've heard of all kinds of eye diseases and stuff, but I never heard of no BBS.
No, what surprised me if I missed it, now I know what it is. Like, how do you know it?
Well, it's usually those that work in the medical field.
Right.
Mhm. Oh, I know.
But
I told my mom, it's like, now I'm glad I found you guys because it's like, now I know somebody that actually deals with stuff like me, but you guys deal with more than me.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, it's interesting to be able to talk to you guys because you have a whole entire different perspective towards things than I do. Granted, we already would to begin with, just because of RP, but with RP and BBS, I know that brings a whole new slew of thinking to it.
oh, it's a new thing every day.
Right.
But on the flip side, Sam and the ability mama too, they have Stargardt's disease.
Yeah, Stargarts.
I had never heard of it before.
Me
So
Me neither. That's why I love it because it's like I've learned so much over the last few months about different eye conditions that I've never heard of before.
right, but when like you hear the name and you go to look it up, you're like, this is a lot of information. I don't understand it. But when they
Mhm.
explain it from their perspective, it's like it makes more sense.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, because it's like you were saying a minute ago, it's like the professionals, they use all them big words and then they expect you to know what the hell it means. And it's
But
like,
then it's,
well, I'm not you, man. I didn't spend 4, 6, 8 years in college to know what the hell this is. Tell me.
but it's funny when you actually do turn off in your dreamable, and they're like, I thought people weren't that smart.
Oh,
Well, like, most people do refer to it as Dr. Window because it's always these words. They don't expect
right.
you to understand or comprehend that.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's gonna be fun in the future. We're gonna throw some people for loops, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, especially when we do meetups again, we have like meetup groups. That'll be fun.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Oh
something special going on. You're holding these blind people together.
Run to see your white canes.
yeah.
I think it's funny that when we take public transportation for Comic-Con and we're in our costumes, and people are like, well, until this year, it wasn't even in October. They're like, it's not Halloween. Why are you dressed up? Because they don't know what Comic-Con is.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I only learned about that a couple years ago myself. And it's like, what?
It's fun.
You
Kinda
do
sad.
what?
Stupid quarantine.
I wanna go. But then it's like, okay, I could go, but Andy, you're gonna be the only one without a costume.
No, a lot of people don't wear costumes.
It's actually, well, the one we go to, they have one day where it's, like they have a costume contest, because that's probably the day the most that you would see people dressed up. Or
I
it's
feel like
like,
that's like 50% of people do.
yeah, like half the people were not in costume.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like some people would wear like a shirt with like a logo on it, like a Batman shirt, but
Yeah, just represent the brand and call it good.
Yeah, that's the cool thing. Like you do you. Like
I always
on the other
wanted to
side,
do the whole Star Wars Stormtrooper. You know.
that's popular. But like you also see people that like wrote their own comic book, like they make up their own character and then they dress up as a character.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is brave, because like how many people are gonna come up to you and ask you, who are you?
But I think the funniest thing is when you're in full costume, you're standing at a table waiting for your friends, and then you're happy because you're doing all this business because people want to take pictures or come see what you're dressed as.
Mm-hmm.
I remember one day we went to stand upstairs because I was snowing.
Yeah, Nick was dressed up as Nightwing, and we found this really cool guy that was selling prints that he drew. And
I couldn't see him.
well, it was just funny because like all these people were coming up to take a picture with Nick because Nightwing's such an iconic character, and they're like, "Yeah, what's this table?" And that happened for like a good hour.
Mm-hmm. I got a lot of business.
Yeah.
Well, I don't really have to tell because it either gives me a headache from being too bright, or I can't see it too down.
Well, true. A lot of the art prints are like in the are in a binder with like the plastic thing,
Covering.
like a plastic protective sleeve. And I don't know about you, but for some reason, like I don't know if it's a glare, but it makes it harder for me to see like the detail. Like I can see a vague outline of what it is, unless it's like a black and white sketch that's done in like marker.
Right.
I think it's weird because like I said, I need to con on my glasses, and that's what glasses for, is to cut down glare.
Oh.
But the one area, the lights.
Oh, comic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think that because of the quarantine, they canceled it for this year.
Well, if anyone looking.
Because even it wasn't supposed to be until the end of October.
We're gonna have to end the stream here in a minute. Unfortunately. My camera's getting close to dead.
Oh.
Yeah, my screen just about scared me for a second there because it just went from being super bright to super dark, and it's like, wait a minute, what just happened?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Low battery.
Well, that's cool. I'm probably gonna get off here soon. For anybody that's watching the replay, do you want to tell people where they can find you?
You can find me here on YouTube on Consult a Blind Guy, or you can find me on Facebook underneath the same name. And we also have a group on there as well besides the page. So, yeah, you can hit
Oh,
me
yeah,
up on there, or if you for some reason don't want to hit me up on Facebook, but you still have questions or something like that, you can always email me at consult.ablindguy@gmail.com.
well, thank you for joining me. I feel like we covered a lot of
Oh,
good
yeah.
information on the stream.
Oh yeah, happy to be here. Always love doing live streams with you guys. I always have so much fun.
We always have fun. We also always end up covering a bunch of stuff.
Yep. We cover so much, resources, our own experiences, and things that happen within the community. We try to do as much as we can for the entire community as we can anyway. I know
Yeah,
everybody calls us the niche down, but it's a little bit harder for us.
I don't know. I feel like we all kind of went in our own little niche, but
Yeah.
the other thing I was gonna say, it's good. Like, I was really surprised when Jessica came on and she was like, "I'm excited." I was like, "Ooh, you're our target today."
We always at one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, he had a person that came on his channel that was excited too. Odega?
Yeah.
Is that who it was?
Yep. Bodega Outlaw. Yep.
Yeah. He remembers not so bad.
Trying to remember. I think he came from Vidal's page.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cause he was
Vidal the
in
Blind Reader.
cause he was in the writing stream that we were in this afternoon.
Nice.
Well,
Okay.
again, thanks for joining us. I'm Lauren from Divided by Sight, and you can find me on Twitter with the same name or on Facebook. Just search for Lauren Adele Wheatley. And if you have any questions, you can leave them here in the comments once the video is posted. Thank you again for joining us, Andrew. Have a great night.
Oh yeah, you too. Don't have too much fun, and we'll holler at you soon.
See ya.
Bye.
All right. See you later.
Wonderful.